How you doing tonight? I'm doing pretty alright myself. I'm kind of looking forward to this, to be honest. So I think we talked about this at the end of last stream, or well, I think a little bit at the end of the last stream. Also at the last time we were doing some more D&D stuff, obviously, and I kind of wrote down a little bit of a list, which I will show off when we get to it, because I couldn't exactly nail down what specifically I wanted to make. Hey, what's up, Chris Nick? So I kind of wrote down a list of a couple of characters that I've made in the past, and also a character from one of the games that we played on stream before too, for fun. So it's going to be a little bit of an interesting treat here. We're going to sort of start off. Let me just make sure that we're good here. You know what? We can let the music roll. We can keep this song going for a while. Let me just lower this a little bit more. All right. Yeah. So how we're going to sort of kick off tonight. We've got a little bit more things I want to read. I want to read a little bit about how multi-classing works. So we'll take a look at that. It's going to be, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, it's going to be a big learning process because I've never really made characters in 5e. And usually when I've made characters in 3.5, I'm always having to ask a ton of questions too. So there's probably going to be a lot of learning and figuring out what's going on. So I guess we'll figure it out as we go on. Okay, well, on that note, let me just make sure I've got this set up correctly so we can take a look at this. Let me just zoom out of this just a little bit for a second and make sure this looks good on the other before we jump over to the desktop. All right. Let me jump us over here. Oh man, music's like so upbeat. Hold on, we gotta switch it up. We gotta get like in the right headspace for this. Hold on. Need to like also adjust my sound a little bit here because, you know, when you're doing a bunch of writing down stuff and just, you know, having a good time setting up for like a D&D stream, you're just blasting music. And now my audio settings are like a little screwy, so 1 second I'm just adjusting that. Yeah, I think you'd fix that first, but it's okay. Okay, let me get us some music for this. I'm a little bit lighter, you could say. Let's go with, you know what? Yeah, this'll do. I'll have this on in the background. This will be a fun one. Okay, so before we sort of get into it, let's take a look at other customizations. I know we talked about backgrounds, which we talked a bit about backgrounds. We looked at that. We looked at a little bit of the personality stuff, you know, just to get an idea of how to get into it. Equipment, we didn't take a look at, but we can basically just talk about it. This is essentially like, it's funny, I almost say this is the DM's thing to do, or the DM's thing to deal with, but not exactly, because this is in the player's handbook. This is on you. Now, for example, things like starting class wealth, etc. You usually could go with what is recommended for your class, etc. I know typically what I've done in previous campaigns or with my friends is we'll set up a budget. So let's say there is X amount of money given to each player. You can spend it however you see fit. However, we'll give you a bag of, what's it called? Resources, reagents for casting spells, as well as, what's it called? Basic traveling equipment, stuff that, you know, is assumed you would have, like a bedroll, basic rations, maybe rope. That's depending on you, because rope is useful for many different things. Also, wealth-wise, this kind of depends on you. It depends on sort of how you want to do the currency in your world for the DM. Most of the time, I know there are some cases where it's like there's only gold coins, period. But that's not always the case. As you can see, like here, in the regular old book, we've got a couple different things like copper, silver, electrum, gold, platinum. I have never heard anyone use electrum. It's usually just gold, silver, copper, sometimes platinum if we wanted to be really fancy. But yeah, those are basically the exchange rates on that. Typically cheap common items would be like worth coppers. Gold is typically for more expensive items like magic items, etc. As for starting wealth, again, this table here is usually pretty good if you're playing by the book. again, in campaigns I've been in and campaigns I've run, we typically would just do a budget. So we would say, we would take a look at like what levels the players are, and then based off of that, we would go off what is the assumed player wealth for that level. Where you can find that, you could probably like Google that, I'll be honest with you, because it kind of varies depending on what system you're in. But typically, we would just try to like make sure we've got enough wealth for the whole party, and then from there we sort of go off of that. Okay, well, that's that. Yeah, this is just talking about selling stuff, talking about equipment. Okay, there is one thing I do need to check here. Most campaigns you can wear equipment, blah, 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 blah. Burly half-orc can fit into a halfling's leather armor. The DM can impose more realism for stuff like that. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. As a DM, if you're gonna do that, dick move. I mean, look, we hand wave those details for the fact that, okay, most of the party can just share equipment back and forth, unless there's significant size difference between like characters. Like for example, if a party member is like a pixie or like a fairy, you know, something small versus, you know, in this case, the example is like a burly half-orc. That makes sense. But overall, just you can kind of hand wave it where you can, as long as it's not too game breaking. Just mainly for the fact that you don't want the party to sort of be stuck battling or competing with each other on stuff like that. It's fun to have them compete with each other for loot, but at the same time, don't be a dick. Look, I will tell you my golden rule for being a DM, or at least while building campaigns: don't be a dick. And I say that in the funniest way, because being a dick is the easiest thing you can do, and it's very funny. Trust me. Being able to pull a fast one on your players is fun sometimes, and especially if you can nail it. And you know, other times, yes and no. Like for example, okay, so you know how, okay, you may know how like in Elder Scrolls, like if you were playing Skyrim, if you read an Elder Scroll, it makes you blind. So one of the jokes was I gave them a book that the joke is it was like a joke or something about it basically being an erotic novel written by a monk, and if you read it, you just go blind. And it's just purely a joke item. It's a magic item that is supposed to be a joke that if you try to read it, it'll blind you. But I didn't say they couldn't try to just hold it up to a monster and make it blind for a round. Hey, there you go. You've got a use for a joke item. You know, stuff like that. You can have fun with it. Anyways, as for, you know, proficiency in items and stuff like this, yeah, armor proficiency, anyone can put on a suit of armor, important. Again, this is interesting because this is interesting. Okay, so if you wear armor that you lack proficiency with, you have disadvantage to any ability check, saving throw, or attack roll that involves strength, dexterity, and you can't cast spells. Interesting. I was wondering how they were going to do that in this edition, because in older editions, you technically could have a wizard in full plate casting spells. There are ways to circumvent the, I think it's like arcane spell failure chance or something like that. But, you know, those were more complicated. Also, I just realized the book's like half cut off. Sorry about that. There you go. Oh, okay, you could do that here too? Okay, that makes sense. Because it's like you could do that, but it was like kind of convoluted, and sometimes classes that you would need a dip for were not very good, I'm gonna be honest. I think in like 3.5 it was like a prestige class or warcaster feat. Oh, okay, there you go, perfect. But yeah, you know, there were ways to circumvent it. Here it looks like it just gets rid of that period. Okay, that's good. So that's one thing to note. And let's see what else we got here. Things like heavy armor. Okay, so now I'm kind of curious about this. Heavy armor, let's see, requires at least a minimum amount of strength to equip. That makes sense. Reduces the caster's speed by 10 unless the wearer has strength equal to the highest score. Ah, okay, gotcha. Huh. Okay, so if you're like a big burly creature, you can kind of do it. You have advantage on your constitution saving throw that makes you maintain your concentration on a spell. Oh, so it's constitution for concentration in this. Okay. You can perform the somatic components of the spell even when you have weapon in both hands. Oh, okay. That's important to know. Okay. I like that. Let's see, stealth. It's funny because so only in my recent campaign did we actually have the first time I've ever seen anyone use stealth in a combat situation. And it was funny. Basically, in my last session that I had over on Sunday, the party we were in an encounter where we were kind of holding out and enemies were coming from like four corners of the map. And what our rogue did was he actually stealth ran to a safe spot, crafted a firebomb, and then on his next turn he tossed it over to where the monsters were coming out of. Pretty cool idea. It's funny because I hadn't up to this point never seen anyone use stealth in a combat situation, and it was kind of cool. I'm sure there's more instances where that's the case, but you know, for me, in like especially an older 3.5, you know, type of game, you really don't see that too often because it's just not good. I'm gonna be quite honest with you. Or it's like his action did take like one whole turn to go invisible, and then because of his feats it allowed him to sort of get into position. Then he crafted, which was a full round action on his turn. Then his third turn he was finally able to run and throw his firebomb. So yes, it did take a lot of turns in the turn economy, but ultimately it helped out. It was pretty cool. So interesting. I know, long ramble, but there you go. We're here for the long haul, I'm gonna be honest with you. All right. The shields, metal or wood, one-handed, increases AC by 2. Is that just for every shield, or would it be like different depending on a couple of things, huh? Let's see, you can benefit from only one shield at a time. All right. Actually, does that, I'm assuming that also counts towards like the shield spell, unless the shield not exist in this game. Maybe. No, maybe. I'm pretty sure it still exists. Why would they get rid of that? Okay. Stealth is a huge thing in this if you're a rogue. They're always hopping in and out of stealth to get a sneak attack with advantage. Okay. Alright, so it's definitely worth it then. Got it. Alright, well that's good to know. Alright, let's see what else have we got here. Let's see. Light armor. Things like padded, leather, studded. Okay, now my question, and I think we're going to see this when we actually get to making our character, which is going to be really funny, is, so there was always the meta of studded armor, chain shirts, scale mail was hit and miss, or like padded armor. Now the main reason why you would pick those things is you would still have just enough room to deal with your dex mod, so if you had maybe low dex or maybe high dex, but you don't want to spend too much, you can get the most bang for your buck with that type of stuff. Especially chain shirts. Chain shirts were like your go-to for strength-based melee fighters in older editions, mostly because of the fact that you don't get the movement penalty. It's a medium armor, it's really good, etc, etc. Hey, what's up, Leaf? How you doing? See, all shields are +2. There aren't any variants. Besides magic items, spell shield stacks up to 5 AC on you no matter what. Okay, gotcha. Don't worry, Leaf, you didn't miss too much. Right now I'm just kind of going through some equipment stuff and just some pre-character build stuff that we're taking a look at. Because when we do get to the part where we're going to sit down and make some characters, I do have a little bit of a list of ideas and fun stuff, and then we'll get to like the whole 9 yards of stuff, which we're gonna have a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna have like character sheets on screen, etc. But that is that. 1 second, just had to drink some of that water. Okay, what else? Let's see, chainmail, also pretty good. Plate's always usually good. The only thing is, well, the movement penalty. And it still blocks magic missile. Okay, good. Let's see. Okay, so this is the important difference. AC plus that, maximum of 2 for medium, and then armor class. I see. Oh, and then there's strength requirements for higher pieces. Okay. That's +2. Oh, no movement penalties, just advantage and stuff. Okay, gotcha. Very important thing to note. Getting into and out of armor. Okay, yeah, that's just kind of important. This takes time to put on. Okay, so to don and doff. Okay, that's important to note, mainly because it's just actions. if it takes a long amount of time to get equipped and unequipped. Now this, again, I say is a DM call, because what I would recommend is usually for equipment, when it comes to like weapons, let's say it takes maybe like, you know, your regular standard action to pull a weapon out. In this case, taking equipment and, you know, putting it on and off, that, well, it kind of depends on like the type of equipment, of, you know, how long this will take, etc., etc. Kind of a big deal. So makes sense to me. Ammunition. Okay, fine. Okay, this is important to know. Finesse, because which we will probably take a look at feats. I don't think we looked at feats yet, but we'll probably see when we create our character too. So finesse. When you're making an attack with a finesse weapon, you instead choose either your strength or your dexterity mod for the attack and damage rolls. I do like seeing that they basically condensed the weapon finesse feat into a weapon modifier. So I would assume you would probably, like, say if you wanted, excuse me, to put like finesse on other weapons, you would probably just need to, like, you know, do it that way. Oh, what the hell? Ouch. Point out. Let's see. What else? Heavy, small creatures have disadvantage. Okay. Light. Loading. Because of the time required to load this weapon, you can only fire one piece of ammunition from it. Okay, so that'd be like a cannon, I'm assuming. Range. Right. Reach weapons, things like lances and spears. Special property, unless, interesting. Good to know. What else do we have? Two-handed. This weapon uses two-handed to use. It's versatile. The weapon can be used one or two hands. Damage value in parentheses appears with the property. Okay. Equipping a weapon is a free action when you can't stow and equip the weapon within the same time. Okay. Got it. Okay, that's good to know. Gotcha. Let's see. Adventuring gear. The acid, alchemist fire. Okay, so these are like other additional items. Special weapons like lance. You have disadvantage to use a lance in a 5-foot range. You can also use a lance require two hands. Net. Okay. Silvered weapons. Okay. Let's see. Creature can make a DC 10 strength check using a Freed, dealing 5 slash damage to the net. 10 AC also frees the creature without destroying the net. Man, it's really funny, and this is gonna sound so dumb because this is like a once again a very super specific niche reference on my it kind of reminds me of the nets in Burning Crusade. So in World of Warcraft Burning Crusade, they added in flying mounts and stuff, and one of the funny things that people used to do would be to throw these nets on you to stop you midair and just drop you out of the sky. So let me change track. What do we got? You know what? Let's go the fun playlist. What do we got here? You know what? Let's go to our jazz playlist. Let's have a good time. Anyways. What else have we got here? Okay, so here's the weapon table. Good to know. Okay. An abacus. I mean, I guess, sure, if you really want it for role-playing. Let's see. Okay, these are all, like, other things. Okay. I think I see it. See, holy symbols. Okay, other important things needed for your stuff. Like different focuses. Let's see, did you go over flying rules and how they interact with zero movement speed? No, actually I didn't. I don't think we've looked at it. Right now we're just taking a peek through equipment. But we'll take a look in a second, actually. Magnifying glass, all these other like traveling components. Okay, so this is all about the same, and we'll talk about it as we sort of like, you know, dig a little bit deeper. But okay, that's about the same. Mounts and vehicles. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know too much about mounts and vehicles, primarily because you typically don't want to use a mount in older D&D. Unless you're playing like a cavalier or something very specific for it. Because again, the problem with mounts are the setting. Like, if you're in a setting, like say for example, we are doing a campaign that's taking place in a city, like let's say Baldur's Gate, you wouldn't want a mounted creature running through the whole city, you know what I mean? It just, sure, you could, but again, for tighter impact areas or like hallways, one, you're gonna take over the whole space, and then two, I don't think you're gonna be able to bring your mounted, you know, whatever it is in there. So unfortunately, that's the problem with a lot of like mounted classes and like cavaliers and stuff, which is why you typically don't play them or see too many of them. However, using them as like a pack animal is pretty cool. Let's see, riding them out here is overpowered. Oh, okay, I see. Well, we'll see. Let's see. Wretched, living in human conditions. Leaky, stable, poor, modest. Like a lot of modifiers. Unless you're like a short race with a dog mount. Yeah, exactly. Aristocratic, wealthy, comfortable. Oh, I see. Okay, there's also food and lodging, other services. Huh. Okay, I see. This is just more like other things. Okay. Well, now we're back where we started here at the customizations, and also things that I kind of was curious about multi-classing, because we're going to try to make one multi-class character, at least in our little shebang here. Let's see. What else do we got? We've got multi-classing. Multi-classing allows you to gain levels of multiple things and lets you mix up the abilities and realize that character concept. Okay. Let's see. How would this work? Okay, prereqs for qualifying for the new class. Okay, so you just need to have stats that match up with this so you can get these things as a multi-class. Okay, that's interesting to know. I guess you would kind of obviously want to plan this out ahead of time. So that makes sense. Like, okay, let me see. Probably, okay, that's also why Sorcerer Warlock, it would be pretty good, because naturally you're going to be raising your charisma, so double dipping with something that shares the same would definitely be good. Also, I see what you guys mean. A lot of my friends were also telling me, yeah, intelligence is kind of a dump stat for everyone, and now I completely understand why, because literally only wizard is the class that's using this, which is unfortunate. Okay. What else do we got here? Let's see. Hit points, hit dice. You gain hit points from the new class described after first level. Okay, so it's basically you add together all the hit dice granted by your classes and form your hit point pool. Okay. That is terrible for combat, by the way, since every attack is at a disadvantage. Ah, I see. Right. I gotcha. Let's see. If you're a paladin with 5, or a paladin 5, cleric 5, for example, you have 5 hit dice, or 5 hit d10 hit dice, and 5 d8. Okay, so you would just add together the pool. Okay, cool. What else we got? Proficiencies, we kind of already took a look at that. What else? When you gain a new level in a class, you gain its features additionally on top of okay. So we kind of get that. Multi-class spell levels. Okay. I was kind of curious how this was going to work. Oh, wait, are feats just in here too? Oh. Oh, okay. I thought feats were going to be on a different page. Okay, cool. Well, we'll take a look at this too. Cantrip scale with your max level. Got it. All right. Good to know. I was kind of curious how that was going to pan out. Okay. Well, we got feats. Let's take a look at these. Let's see. Athletic. Let's see. Alert. Gain a +5 to initiative. Can't be surprised otherwise. Okay. Nothing wrong with that. That's pretty good. Athletics. Increase your strength or dexterity score by 1 to a maximum of 20. When you're prone, standing up only uses 5 feet of movement. Oh, okay. So it's no longer taking an action. It's just taking movement. Okay. Climbing doesn't have your speed. You can make a running long jump or a high jump. You're only moving 5 feet rather than 10. Okay. That's has its uses. Skilled in mimicry and dramatics. You gain the following benefits. Increase your charisma by 1. You have advantage on charisma, deception, performance. That's good. Let's see. You can mimic the speech of another person or sounds made by a creature. You must have heard the people, or you must have heard this person speaking, or heard the creature to. Okay. Got it. Charger. You make a dash. You can use a bonus action to make 1 melee strike. Oh wait, so you can't charge normally. I guess you need a feat now to actually charge. Okay. I mean, it's kind of lame that, well, they had to make it a feat, but sure, fair enough. Let's see. If you move at least 10 feet in a straight line, immediately before taking this bonus action, you either gain +5 to the attack roll if you chose to make a melee hit. Oh, I see. Okay, so they also combine this with like Bull Rush, which would be to knock the opponent away on a charge attack. Okay. I mean, I'm not going to complain about that. That makes this easier. Okay. What else? Extensive practice with a crossbow. You gain the following benefits. Ignore the loading quality of crossbows with your proficient with. What does that mean? Huh. Being within 5 feet of a hostile creature doesn't impose disadvantage on your range attacks. Yeah, no, that's pretty good. Pretty good. Let's see, when you use the attack action to attack a one-handed weapon, you can also use a bonus action. Oh! To attack with the loaded crossbow you're holding. Oh! Oh, dude, if you go like dual-wield crossbows, or better yet, like a main hand weapon and an offhand crossbow with this, dude, that's kind of sick. Okay, I can see like a mobster type doing something like that. That's cool. Sorry. 1 second. Ugh. Allergies killing me. Sorry. Anyways. What else we got here? Defensive duelist. Let's see. When you're wielding a finesse weapon. Oh, okay, we've already kind of looked at that. Creature hits it, you can use your reaction to add your proficiency bonus to your AC for the attack. Okay, that's not too bad. Again, that would work if you're doing like a, you know, like a duelist, someone who's wielding like a rapier or something like that. Dual wielder, master of 2 weapon fighting. Oh, okay, so this is that. Okay. Let's see what else we got. Dungeon Delver. Alert to hidden traps, many secret doors. You have resistance to damage dealt by traps. Okay, that's pretty good. And search for traps while traveling at a normal pace instead of at a slower speed. Durability, increased con. When you roll hit die. Oh, okay, you get to. Wait, when you roll a hit die to regain health points, the minimum number of hit die you regain is twice your con mod. Okay, that's pretty useful. I'm curious, how many feats are there? Is that it? Oh, okay, there's a lot. Let's see, Warcaster, Weapon Master. Okay, I think I'm starting to see the goal with a lot of these. Some of these are more like okay, it's interesting. A lot of these feats seem to be like combining lots of older feats together. So things like giving you ways of getting more stats while also, you know, giving you a bit of a roleplay bonus and some other things. Oh, no matter the action you take. Oh, perfect. That sounds awesome. Okay. Let's see what else we got. I think that's most of these, because a lot of these end up kind of being the same thing. I guess. Let me see what else. Tavern Brawler, yeah. Improvised weapons and unarmed strikes. I mean, yeah. But at that point, I'm like, I'll be honest, I'd rather just play a monk. I mean, it's got its use, but I mean, I guess it depends on what you're playing. All right, ability scores. Okay, well, we already know how that works. Proficiency. Let's see, monsters also have proficiency bonuses incorporated in their stat blocks. Okay. Let's see. For example, Rogue's expertise feature doubles as a proficiency bonus for certain checks. Yep. Circumstance suggests that your proficiency. Okay. Ability checks. Uh-huh. Contests. Oh, I've seen that. Yeah, where you instead of like, I've actually done something similar to that. So instead of like running a combat encounter, we had a ability check encounter, sort of, where so the party entered a room in the dungeon where there was a lot of traps. I had them basically do a number of perception checks, and then once they found it, they sort of were trying to make attack rolls to sort of disarm it in different spots or different things like that. So I could see that. That's pretty cool. I like that. And then like you could have them work together to add on to try and beat a DC, or, you know, take it away too. So yeah, no, I get that. That's pretty good. Okay. Crossbows have an effect loading. Okay, have this effect loading. It requires time. Yeah, okay. Got it. So you basically would need to reload every time. Got it. Okay, skills. I am kind of curious about this because this is important. Let's see. Each ability covers a broad range of capabilities. Wow, wisdom and charisma. Okay, so that's literally what intelligence for. Intelligence is for skills. Because everything else is just mostly wisdom, charisma, dexterity. I see. Okay. No skills are related to constitution. Alright, well, damn. Sometimes the DM might ask for an ability check. Let's see, make a wisdom perception check. At other times, player might ask the DM if they're proficient in a skill that applies to the situation of the check. Yep. Typical stuff. Group checks. Passive checks. Yep. Oh, that's cool that they actually talk about this here. Passive persuasion checks, or passive perception checks. That's cool. Working together. Yada, yada, yada. Okay, take a quick look over this part, and I think this is the, hold on, I believe this is the combat section, which, where is that? Oh, we kind of already took a look at this stuff before. It's actually much better than Monk, unfortunately. Oh, that sucks. Well, don't you worry, because I do have a little list that I wrote up, which, you know what? Hold on. Let me just do this real quick. Hold on 1 second, I got you. Where the hell is it? Add that, and... do that, and I just gotta crop this real quick. I know, one second here. You're gonna get a little bit of a preview. Where is it? There we go. You're gonna see it for a second. A little bit of a preview of what's to come. Do have some ideas for classes, don't you worry. But we'll get to that. Right. Before we do that, last couple things to sort of take a look at, and that is particularly, I want to look at the combat. Oh yeah, my bad. Do want to look at the combat and the spells and then we'll sort of get going from there. Okay, so right, let's take a quick look at... Oh, actually, hold on. Yeah, resting, ability checks. Okay, short rest. A period of downtime which is at least 1 hour long, during which the characters do nothing more strenuous. Okay, yeah, so like resting. Let's see. Character can spend 1 or more hit dice at the end of each rest. Okay, so you just roll to heal plus your con mod. Okay. You gain some spent hit dice. Okay, so it's just healing. Full rest, which would be a long rest. I'm gonna be honest with you. I usually just treat long rests like it's a full rest, completely healed, refresh your spells, etc. Sounds good to me. Okay. What else we got? Downtime activities, recuperating. Don't worry about that. That's a lot of DM stuff, and typically, not in most campaigns do you end up doing that. So don't worry about that. Okay. What else do we have here? There we go. Sorry about that. Let's see. Combat. Surprise rounds, we kind of know how that goes. Determine surprise. DM determines if everyone's surprised. Establish positions. The DM decides where all the players are given, or where all the characters and monsters are located. Given that, okay, so it's basically taking initiative, take your turns, beginning of the next round. Okay. Okay, initiative works the same way. Dex plus 1d20. Let's see. Your turn, you can move, take one action. Ready action, or consider the dodge action. Okay, we'll look at combat action in a second. Bonus actions. Let's see, bonus class features. Okay, so same thing. So bonus action is basically like swift action. Okay. Other activities on your turn. Communicate with other players while you're able to. Do gestures, blah, 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 blah. We typically kind of hand wave that. I mean, most of the time, yes. You know, as long as you're not having a full-blown speech mid-combat encounter, you know what I mean? You can, everyone, I would say everyone gets at least one line. You know what I mean? We try to keep it fair like that. But no exposition, no monologuing, you know, unless you're taking it every turn, you know? Anyways. Let's see, reaction spells. This is like an additional bonus action. So you get one reaction, you get one swift action, you have your standard action, and you have your move action. Got it. And then these are just move actions that you can use. Got it. Breaking up your movement. Okay, you can break up the movement on your turn using some of your speed before and after your action. Okay, that's actually really good because that is something that you could not do in older editions. Oh, hold on, let me just... Oh, that's weird. Why is it like that? Close enough. There we go. Okay, moving between your attacks. If you take an action that includes more than a weapon attack, you can break up your movement and move... Let's see, even further, by moving between those attacks, for example, a fighter can make 2 attacks with the extra attack feature, who has a movement speed of 25. Okay, so 10 feet attack, then move again and attack. Okay. So that's still about the same. Difficult terrain. Combat rarely takes place in bare rooms or in featureless plains. Boulder's cavern, right. Every foot of movement in difficult terrain costs 1 extra foot. Got it. Let's see, being prone. You can drop prone without any use of that. Standing up takes more effort though, however costs, let's see. Cost half your movement speed for the round. Got it. Okay. That's fair enough. Nothing too crazy. Let me just pull that. Okay. Oh, okay. This is what I'm kind of interested in. Because I think you brought it up, Leaf, about this when it comes to flying movement. But let's see. Hold on, before we do that, actually. Let's see. Moving around other creatures. You can move through a non-hostile creature space. Okay, so that's good. Before, I think you needed to ask permission of like the friendly creature or something like that, which is kind of funny when you think about it out loud. But because it's funny, this actually did come up in my campaign I was playing in over the weekend. It's really funny how this came up. where one of the party members used like enlarged person, so they take up more spaces. So they took like what, 5 or 4 squares, and he had to ask the other player, hey, is it okay if I use my enlarged person in this space, because I need to sort of block off the way so the enemies can't get to us. And he's like, hey, can we just shunt you to a corner? And he goes, sure. And they're like, okay, the DM says, okay, well, you get to pick where you want to move, since, you know, you're the bigger creature now, you take up that space. The smaller creature, we could either say he's standing below you, or if you want, you can be moved to a nearby tile. So we'll do that. And in his case, he was like, okay, we'll just do it like that. So there you go. A little bit of knowledge. Also, the music is like going crazy. I love it. This part of the track's always nice. Good track. But let me jump us to another track. Let's go with that. Oh, hell yeah, this is a good one. Anyways, back where we were. Flying movement. I'm kind of curious about this. Okay, flying creatures enjoy many benefits of mobility, but they also must deal with the dangers of falling. If a flying creature is knocked prone or has its speed reduced to 0, is otherwise deprived of its ability to move, the creature will fall unless it has the ability to hover or is being held aloft by magic or things such as the fly spell. Oh, gotcha. I see what you mean. I was wondering how that worked, Leaf, because I know typically, well, most of the time when things are flying, it's usually a creature with wings. I never really thought about that. Yeah, most creatures can't like hover most of the time unless they're like, I don't know, like an insect or something, or like a bird that's constantly flapping its arms or whatever. But no, that makes perfect sense. You know, spells like fly, things like that, magically holding it up. Okay, yeah, but I don't know why I didn't think about that. That yeah, you reduce its movement speed to 0, it probably would just fall to the ground. I'm gonna remember that for later in one of my campaigns. Watch out if any of my friends are watching. I'm coming for you. Anyways, let's see, creature size. Oh, well, it's funny that I brought that up. Okay. Category by size. Okay, so typically it's like 5-foot tiles. Let's see, 5e also distinguishes between fly and hover. Got it. That's also important to know. Yeah, because in 3.5, it's like, it's just assumed, like, they just kind of assume, okay, if a creature's flying, it's flying, okay? It could just go straight up, who cares, whatever. We never really make that distinction or really think about it too much, so it's kind of funny. Yeah, okay, sounds good. Variant, playing on a grid. Don't most people play on a grid? Whoops. I don't know. Am I weird? I thought most people would use like 5 feet grids and stuff. Huh. Interesting. Okay, right, I see. This is just a variation. Yeah, we just treat every square as if it's 5 feet and then we move from there. Let's see. If you can hover, your speed will be reduced to 0. You don't start falling, you're flying, but your speed is 0, so you're about to kiss the ground. Got it. Okay. Alright, I see. See, squeezing into smaller spaces. Creatures can squeeze in if they're only 5 feet wide. Yeah. Okay, we kind of get that. Actions in combat. Okay. Some people do theater of the mind. Some people do hexes. It's funny because I haven't personally done theater of the mind. There are times where there are some scenes where I wouldn't have a map prepared, so I would sort of talk out the situation and we'd go from there. But one of my friends, she did that one time. It was very interesting. She explained it to me. Let's see, or do hexes. I don't think I've actually used hexes. Oh wait, no. I think it was during one Warhammer campaign I tried where we had our ship and our ship used hexes. I don't remember. I think we only played like one session of that, but I think hexes are usually used for like war games, I think, right? Maybe I'm getting this wrong, but I think typically we use like the square grid system. Anyways, what other actions we got? Attack. Sounds like it. Yep. It sounds like it is on the tin. Yep. Let's see. Casting a spell. Spellcasters and wizards, clerics, etc. They have access to spells. Each spell's casting time. You know, it's funny about casting time. This is kind of silly, but I don't know if have you guys ever heard of the the rules for casting in like D&D First Edition. Now I know D&D First Edition. I think it's like what was it? Just Dungeons and Dragons, the Handbook or something, or like AD&D, or is AD&D 2? I think that's D&D 2. But it's funny because if you look at how spells are cast in that game, you don't just cast the spell on your turn. No, you start to attempt the cast on your turn. Then your next turn, you finish casting the spell. It's funny because it's like I've seen that in a couple of different things, and hell, even some games I've tried that. It's interesting. But let's just say I'm a fan of just, you know, letting me do my action on my turn. I'm sorry. Casting time, we could typically leave up to like role player, especially the fact that I think it's like what every turn is like a couple of seconds technically. So long drawn out fighting encounters that are like 10 rounds or more are typically like a couple of minutes real time when you think it out. So it's funny, and for anyone who knows what this game is, but it kind of reminds me a bit of like Yomi Hustle, which is like a turn-based fighting game where it's just the whole point of Yomi Hustle is it's just fighting game chess basically. And then after you sort of each player each round will put in their inputs, and it'll sort of match it up, and then like, you know, so on. So when you finish the game to see who wins or loses, when you click play, you get to watch the replay of the whole fight in real time. Now that would be cool if that could be something fancy you could do in a D&D game, but don't worry about that. That's all theater of the mind. Anyways, side tangent. Back to the actions. We have dash, extra 30 feet. Yep, that's fine. Disengage. Yep, doesn't provoke attacks of opportunities. Okay, so that's still the same thing. Dodge. You focus entirely on avoiding an attack until the start of your next turn. Any attack rolls made against you have disadvantage. Okay. Never actually used this before. Interesting. The main rule for spells to note is that you can only cast one leveled spell per turn. Okay, you can only cast one leveled spell on your turn. Let's see, okay. Not mattering its cast time unless you have a class ability to supersede that or dip in a fighter for action surge. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Alright, so you can only typically cast one leveled spell unless by other means you're able to get the ability for a second full standard action. Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense to me. That makes a lot more. Alright, anyways. Help action. Oh, this is old school. Alright. Let's see, help a friendly creature. You faint. Oh, I didn't realize you could do that in combat. Okay, that's cool. So you can give your ally advantage with a help action. Huh. I mean, that's useful, but I feel like you're gonna usually have other ways to set up advantage for yourself or your allies. Okay. Well, good to know. Alright, hide. Let's see, take a hide action, make a dexterity saving check. Let's see. Use help action. Yeah, no, that sounds like it'd be really good. Yeah, if you had like a pet or something like that, I think it'd be a good idea. All right. What else do we got? Revising an action. Yep. Ready actions. Let's see. Interesting. I'm kind of okay. Now I was gonna say I'm kind of curious. What situation would you want to just ready an action versus delaying your turn? But no, I think I can understand why. Yeah, like say an enemy is prone, you want to ready an attack in case it gets up to like suddenly attack you or try to grab a weapon or something. That I can get. That I totally understand. Okay. What else we got? Search action. Well, use an object. Okay. Okay. Now for the nitty-gritty part. Choosing a target. Yep. Determine modifiers. DM determines if you have advantage or disadvantage. Let's see. In addition to spells and abilities, other effects can roll. The owl has a special ability called Flyby, where they can fly in and out of combat, being attacked. Oh, okay. Interesting. Damn, that's a pretty good familiar, though. Okay, modifiers to the roll. Yep, this is where dreams are made of. Okay, ability modifiers plus your proficiency bonus. So rolling 1s or 20s. Let's see, 20s are typically super success or crit. Oh, wait a minute. Sometimes fate blesses or curses a combatant, causing a novice to hit and a veteran to miss. If the d20 roll for an attack is a 20, the attack hits regardless of any modifiers. In addition, it is a crit. Okay, so now this is no longer a house rule. This is just rules as written, no matter what it hits. Okay. And then same thing with the 1, no matter what it'll miss. I'm kind of interested in talking about this because sometimes critical failures or critical successes are like that. Typically how me and my friends have sort of house ruled it is most of the time if you roll a 20, it's usually a critical success or you scored a crit against a target. Depending on situations, we may or may not treat that 20 as a 100% success. Instead, sometimes we treat it as like, I don't know, a plus 10 or 15 or whatever amount on top of your group check or something like that. You know what I mean? It's more or less, I wouldn't consider rolling a 20 to be a natural, yeah, I went, yeah, plus 10, yeah, thanks. You know what I mean? It's like, there's ways to go about it. You know what I mean? Vice versa. Don't be a dummy and just say, oh my god, I rolled a 20, why didn't I just win? Why didn't the guy just die? No, that's not how that works. Why didn't I succeed my diplomacy check? No, that's not how it works. Diplomacy is not mind control, despite what people may believe. You know what I mean? The point is, it's giving you the upper edge where it should put you in a favorable situation. Now, this is just me speaking as a DM and not as a player, but still, I will say, look, you roll a 1, I'm not going to screw you over that bad, okay? Some bad will happen, okay? But it's not going to completely, you know, throw the game. Oh, okay. See, the nat 1s and nat 20s only matter in combat for 5e. Gotcha. Okay. All right, then that makes sense. Look, sometimes I have to preface this because I know sometimes when, like, people play D&D very differently, you know what I mean? And it's just seeing something like this, rules as written in the book. Sure, typically this is for combat, but seeing that it is rules as written in a book, I have a feeling someone's going to be like, oh, but that just works for everything. Not necessarily. No. You know, sometimes you got to lay down the ground rules a little bit, you know? And it is what it is. Okay, what else we got? Let's see, try to escape their foes, hiding, casting invisibility, or lurking in darkness. When you attack things you can't see, you have disadvantage. I would rather take the disadvantage roll any day of the week than doing a percentile for blur, because blur is just it's frustrating. Okay, range attacks. What else we got here? Fire a bow or a crossbow or hurl an axe. Yep. Many spells also involve making ranged touch attacks, ranged attack rolls. The range actions in combat. Aiming at a range is more difficult when a foe is right next to you. Let's see. You know, it's funny because usually you would just grab a feat to sort of negate that penalty, but there is kind of a feat from what we looked at before, like for example, with crossbows. But interesting. Yeah. Let's see, what else we got here? Melee attacks, 5-foot reach, talking about attacks of opportunity. 2-weapon fighting. If you take 2-weapon attack with a light melee weapon. You don't add the ability modifier to the damage. Okay. If either weapon has a thrown property, you can make a throw, or you can throw the weapon instead of making a melee attack with it. Okay, grappling. Now, I'm kind of curious because I know I scared everyone, like I think the first stream of this we did where I showed off the Pathfinder 1E grapple flowchart. I'm hoping the grappling here is like bare minimum. I'm expecting it to be nowhere near as complicated as it should be. Let's see, when you want to grab a creature or wrestle with it, you can use an attack action to make a special command to grapple. Right. See, if you make multiple attacks with this action, you can attack place one of them. See, the size of your target must be no more than one size larger than you, and it must be within your reach. I mean, yeah, if you tried to grapple from across the room, you know, I don't think. Crossbow expert doesn't only account for crossbows by that. Really? Interesting. I'll probably take a look at it again, but we'll look at it probably in like D&D tools or something, but let's see. Okay. Okay, when you try to seize the target and make a grapple, a strength check. Okay, a strength athletics check is contested, so you do 2 strength rolls. or you do a dexterity roll versus, okay, so whoever is grappling, say I am grappling, I don't know, you, we do a strength check first, and if my strength roll beats your strength or dexterity, then we'll see how it goes. If I beat you, then I succeed. The target is now grappled, and the condition specifies a few things in the end. You can release a grapple whenever you like. No action needed. Okay. Escaping a grapple. To do this, they must either beat the strength check or use an acrobatics check for dexterity, and it's versus strength. Let's see. You do either athletics versus acrobatics or athletics. Gotcha. Okay. Well, that's not too bad. That is not as bad as it could have been. Okay, cover. Interesting. 3 degrees of cover gives AC bonuses. You know, it's funny. I never really thought about that. I don't think we really ever talked too much about like cover bonuses. Huh. I guess we just kind of wing it. All right. Let's see, damaging and healing. Yeah, we already kind of assumed as much. Let's see, hit points. Yep, that's the will to live and luck. And your mental durability. Interesting. Okay. Let's see, some people don't really notice that creatures are cover. I mean, yes. Look, if there's anything that Darkest Dungeon has taught me, it's that bodies can take up space. So the guy can't melee me if there's like a pile of bodies in front of me. Yeah, no, I totally get that. That makes sense, yeah. Or like a larger creature, or hell, even like boulders in the forest or trees that you can hide behind and like dip back and forth. Yeah, no, that makes sense to me. All right, damage rolls. What else we got here? Let's see. Attacking with a weapon, you add your ability modifier. Yep, same used for the attack roll and the damage roll. Spell tells you which dice to roll for damage and whether to add modifiers or not. Okay. If a spell deals damage to more than one target at the same time, roll the damage once for all of them. For example, a wizard casts Fireball or Flame Strike, and the damage is rolled for all the creature. A damage is rolled once for all creatures. Okay, so that's just explaining how rolling damage for AoE works. Alright, critical hits. When you score a critical hit, you get to roll extra dice on the attack against the roll. Roll all of the damage twice, then add them together. Oh, interesting. Okay. To speed up play, you can roll all the damage dice at once. For example, you score a critical hit with a dagger, you roll 2d4 for damage rather than the 1d4. I see. Okay. Interesting. If the attack involves other damage sources, such as a sneak attack, you roll damage twice as well. Okay. It's funny because when it came to critical strikes, I wasn't sure for a while if it was you either roll the damage twice or you just do twice the damage. I think there are times where we've done either one or the other in like my home campaigns, but okay, well, that's good to know. I may have been doing it wrong this whole time. Let's see. You do max possible damage roll, then roll on top of it because it kind of feels like shit if you roll a crit and only roll ones. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Because yeah, like in our case, we would just do, say you roll a crit. We would either do you roll again for double damage, or we'll just take whatever you got and just times 2 if that's what you want to do. It's funny because in the last campaign I was DMing, I had a situation, well, 2 situations, where both of my players were using sights, and this was the Final Fantasy D20 campaign, so it basically works off of Pathfinder 1E. And we had some interesting situations where they would get crits, and if you crit with the scythe, it's like a double damage crit, so it was a ×4. So let's just say when both of them score a crit, they fucking crit, dude. They hit hella hard, and it led to some really fun and crazy damage calculation numbers. Look, that is the bright side about playing some of these homebrew systems sometimes, is you get to see some astronomically huge numbers, and it is hilarious. But, you know, go figure. Okay, what are our damage types? What are we dealing with here? Okay, acid, bludgeoning, cold, fire, force, lightning, necrotic, piercing, poison, psychic, radiant, slashing, thunder. that's about the same I expected. A lot of the typical stuff. Good to know. Most of these are still the same. Let's see. So 2d8 plus 2, and the crit is 16 plus 2. Then roll another 2d8. Okay, I like that too. Yeah, no, I think that's good. I think that totally works out. That sounds pretty good. Let's see, resistance. Okay, this is also I'm kind of curious about, because in older editions, like, resistances were like 25% resistant, or like you're resistant and you take slightly reduced amount of damage, or it's like there were like really specific things sometimes. Maybe I'm just wrong. But let's see. Okay, if a creature has resistance to a damage type, that type is halved against it, period. Okay, good to know. If the target has vulnerability to a damage type, the damage is doubled. Nice, good to know. Resistance and vulnerability are applied after each damage modifier. For example, a creature that has resistance to bludgeoning damage is hit by an attack that deals 25 damage. The creature is also within a magical aura that reduces all damage by 5. So the 25 damage is reduced first by the 5 because of the aura, so that's done first. Then halved, so the creature only takes 10 damage. Okay. No, that makes sense. And as we used to say, it's called PEMDAS. We got that order of operations. Look, sometimes you have to do it that way, because that's just how it is. Let's see. Multiple instances of the same resistance or vulnerability that take place only count as 1. Okay, so you can't stack it. Got it. Healing. Damage is impermanent. Even death is reversible through power of magic. The rest can restore creature's health. Okay, we already talked about resting. All right, this is the other thing. Dropping to 0 hit points. So in older editions, how it would work is if you drop to 0, you're basically dying, and then your health would go negative until your total constitution score. And then when you're at negative, whatever your con scores, that is when you die. So I would say you drop to 0 hit points, you are now unconscious or you are dying. But then as soon as you hit a negative amount of hit points, you are dead, period. Either that or, well, the more brutal ways to die would be like level drain, draining your level to 0 or negative, draining your stats to 1 and below, because obviously 1 is the bare minimum of a sentient object, and if you go below that, you're dead. So that's the other thing to keep note. Okay, interesting. When you fall to 0 hit points, you either die outright or fall unconscious, as explained. Okay. So instant death, massive damage can kill you instantly. Right, that is also a thing. Let's see, when you're damaged and reduced to 0 hit points, there is some damage remaining. You will die if the remaining damage is equal to exceeds your maximum hit points. Oh, okay, so here it's hit points. All right, I thought before it was like con. Okay, for example, a cleric with a maximum of 12 is taken 6 points, so she takes 18 points from an attack. She's reduced to 0, but 12 damage remains. Because of the remaining damage equal to her hit points, the cleric dies. Got it. Alright, falling unconscious. If damage reduces you to 0 and fails to kill you, you fall unconscious. Okay. Dungeon Master describes this. Yep. Death saving throws. This is the other thing that I heard. This is the bigger feature here in 5e, because there was no death saving throws in older editions. It's just you die, the end. So let's see. Whenever you start your turn with 0 hit points, you must make a special saving throw called a death save. Okay. To determine whether you creep closer to death or hang on to life, unlike the other saving throws, this one isn't tied to any ability score. You're at the hands of fate, aided only by spells and features to improve your chances. Roll a d20. If the roll is higher than a 10, you succeed. Otherwise, you fail. A success or a failure has no effect on itself, but on your third success, you become stable, and on your third turn, you die. Ooh. Let's see. For this, you homebrew a rule that allows you, as a DM, my DMs, for roll your death saving throws behind a screen. In your opinion, it adds more interesting stakes. Oh, yeah, no, totally. Like, I'm with you there. I like this idea. I think that saving throws are a very good idea just out the gate, because it gives you that comeback mechanic a little bit, where you do have a way to stabilize, but you're also at the mercy of, you're really just fighting for your life, rolling a dice, crossing your fingers. All right, rolling a 1 over 20. Let's see. When you make a death saving throw, if you roll a 1 on the d20, it counts as 2 failures. If you roll a 20, you regain 1 hit point. Okay, so that'll bounce you back. Damage at 0 hit points. If you take any damage while you have 0, you suffer a death saving throw failure. If the damage is hit from a critical, you suffer 2 failures instead. If the damage exceeds or equals to your maximum hit points, you suffer instant death. Ooh. Well, the things you gotta do, right? So you can use your action to administer first aid. Okay. Stable creature doesn't make it through the saving throw. Okay. Okay, so you can bring someone back, or at least bump them to at a minimum amount of HP. So 1, just so they don't end up outright dying. Looking at a creature, sometimes you can incapacitate a foe, probably. Okay, so basically you just have to mention to your DM you're trying to deal non-lethal damage, so you're trying to knock out this creature, not trying to kill it. Okay. Temporary hit points. You can usually get these from like a number of things like spells, effects, sometimes food, depending on how your DM likes to rule it. See, if you roll it and announce it, other players see it and they know they can't hold off a certain person amount. Okay, gotcha. All right. What else we got? Temporary hit points are separate. Oh, okay, right. So this works basically the same. It's just bonus health that you add or subtract depending on what's going on. So like if you're going to take damage, we'll take it out of the temporary first, then we go back to your main pool of HP. Okay, that works the same. Let's see, range attacks can't be non-lethal, unfortunately. Oh, you're telling me I can't have a blow dart gun and just like, knock them out on cold like we're playing Deus Ex? Okay, mounted combat, what do we got? A knight charging into the battle on a war horse, a wizard casting spells from afar on the back of a griffin, or a cleric soaring through the sky on a pegasus all enjoy the benefits of mobility and speed. Right. You can mount it as long as it is a size larger than you. Once during your turn, you can mount the creature that is within 5 feet of you or dismount. Doing so costs an amount of movement speed, half of yours. Yeah. It's 15 feet of movement to mount a horse, therefore you can't mount if you don't have 15 feet left. Okay. Huh. If an effect moves your mount against its will while you're on it, you must succeed a DC 10 dexterity saving throw or fall off the mount. Okay. That is no problem. Control a mount only if it has been trained to accept a rider, domestic horses, Basically, look at your max health. If someone hits you and you go into your max health, into the negative, you're dead. There's no unconscious dead. You're just dead. Okay, fair enough. Underwater combat. I was just about to say, when have we ever done underwater combat? And then that first line: when adventurers pursue the Sahawagan back to their undersea homes. God damn it, DDO. I'm never gonna not see Sahawagan and know how to pronounce it now. Like, I thought people would call them Sahajins or Sahawagan or other things. But nope, thank you, DDO. I'm never gonna I'm gonna read that and all I'm gonna remember is the announcer or the narrator going, and the Sahawagan then. Oh, man. Fight off sharks in an ancient shipwreck or find themselves in a flooded dungeon and they must find their way out. Okay. Melee weapon attacks, the creature doesn't have swim speed. Range attacks automatically miss. Yeah, no shit, you're underwater. Unless it is a thrown weapon. Alright, that makes sense. See, creatures and objects are fully immersed in water and have resistance to fire. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, well, what do we have left? I think it's just spellcasting. Yeah, this is just other things about spellcasting. Oh my god, that's kind of a cool piece of art. I like that. Dude, my dude looks sick. What else? Combining magical effects, spells. We'll worry about picking spells and stuff like that when we get to actually making the characters, but Yeah, let's take one more look over here real quick, just to make sure if there's anything else we're missing here. Then, I think we get started. We get started making our characters. Let's see, spell level. Everything has a spell level from 0 to 9. A spell's level is general indicator for how powerful it is. Yep, same. Let's see, note and prepared spells. Before a spellcaster can use a spell, he or she must have the spell firmly fixed in mind. So basically concentration, talking about casting an armor. Okay. Because the mental focus and precise gestures required for spell casting, you must be proficient with the armor you are wearing to cast a spell. Otherwise, you are too distracted and physically hampered by your armor for spell casting. Okay. That is important because that is basically arcane spell failure from old editions. Got it. Okay. Well, spell slots, we already took a look at that. A lot of these are basically the same. Yeah, rituals. Certain spells have a special ritual tag, such as a spell can be cast the following normally rules. The ritual version can take 10 minutes or longer to cast. It also doesn't require a spell slot. To cast a spell as a ritual, the spellcaster must have a feature that grants the ability to do so. Clerics and druids, for example, have a feature, and spellcasters must have the spell prepared on your spell list. Otherwise, the character's ritual feature specifies. Okay. Well, casting a spell. Let's see. Okay. By the way, wizard ritual casting is different from other classes. Got it. I'm going to keep that in mind because we do have a wizard we're going to make. Let's see. What else? Most spell casts require a single action to cast, but some require a bonus action or a reaction. Okay, so things like Hellish Rebuke, bonus actions, and etc. Longer cast time. Certain spells, such as rituals, require more time to cast, minutes or even hours. Let's see when you would cast that. You must do concentration checks. Got it. If the spell fails or is broken, it doesn't expend the spell slot, so if you want to try it again, you must start over. Okay. There's no ACF, you can cast an armor. Yeah, I started, I think I realized that. It's just, you know, I was thinking about it because I'm like, in older editions, we usually typically have to deal with that. But, no, you can totally do it. Yeah, and that if you get a feat for it, too. There's totally no reason. You could totally be the armored wizard. Anyways. Let's see, typical stuff. Okay, verbal, somatic, material. Yep, okay, all this stuff is still about the same. Durations, instantaneous, concentration. Okay, cool. Still has the little section here on the different schools of magic. Let's see, casting spells that require concentration. Okay. Normal activity such as moving and attacking does not interfere with concentration. The following factors can break concentration. Casting another spell that requires concentration, so you can only focus on one spell at a time. You can't concentrate on two spells at once. Let's see. Some spells require you to maintain concentration in order to keep the magic active. If you lose concentration, the spell ends. If a spell must be maintained with concentration, the fact appears on its duration. Spell specifies how long you can concentrate on it, and you can end the concentration at any time with no action. Most DMs waive components unless it has a gold cost. Yeah, sounds about right. Typically what we've done is, depending on how much money a spell costs, like, okay, so for example, Animate Dead requires Onyx, and Onyx can start getting expensive over time, so we kind of hand wave how often you would be able to use that spell. Most of the time, like, components, they're more for flavor, I'm gonna be honest. We typically, like, on our spellcasters, we would give them a pouch with components and just say, let's just say you have the stuff with them, okay? Because I think it's like, what, for Fireball, I think one of the components is like, what, Bakwano or something like that. And we were like, just cracking up because we're like, dude, you must have a pouch of just, you know, Bakwano. I'm like, dude, you must stink. Or something ridiculous like that, you know what I mean? So it's like, for simplicity's sake, we just, you know, deal with it like that. Okay. Okay, taking damage. Whenever you take damage while concentrating, you must make a concentration saving throw, and it is DC equals half the damage you take or a D10. Okay. Whatever number is higher. If you take damage from the multiple sources, such as an arrow or a dragon's breath, you make separate saving throws for... that's annoying. Being incapacitated or killed makes you lose concentration. Okay. Okay, I see. Got it. Overall, concentration sucks. No. I think it's not that concentration sucks. I understand why it is. It's just interesting because it's a lot more emphasized here than in older editions. In older editions, you just kind of do the spell. You only make concentration checks depending on, like, if the situation is dire, depending on what type of spell you're trying to do. Lots of, like, really specific things. I don't know how to describe it, really. It's just, you know, something like that. Okay. What else we got? Oh, different shapes of spells, AoEs, points of origin. I'm not going to go into too much depth here, but I can basically, even using this little handy dandy diagram here, we talk about it. You have rays, you have cones, cubes, spears, cylinders. These things would be like an aura, so spear, cylinder, things like darkness go straight up. Well, at least in old editions. Cubes, certain spells are specific like that. Things I would say like either entangle, something like that. I don't know. They're big areas for you to mess with. And then lines, which are like line attacks, or they could be things like rays, cones, like was it like burning hands or something like that, you know. Things like that. What else we got? Saving throws, attack rolls, combining effects. I think that's most of it. I guess like the only other thing would be like meta magic, but kind of already talked about it as a sorcerer when we were reading through the sorcerer section. Okay, what else we got? Spells. Okay, these are the most common spells in the world of Dungeons and Dragons. The chapter begins. We're not going to worry too much about this just because, let's be honest, do you really want to sit here with me and we read through like every single spell? No, I don't think we want to. What we will do is when we start building our character, we're going to start jumping around. We're going to look at 5e tools. So we're going to like pop this up when we start making our character, because this will just be a lot faster than scanning through the books. But we'll talk about it as we go through it. Let's just take a quick look. We're doing a little bit of window shopping here. What else? Augury. You know what? Show me a good spell. What's a big banger of a spell? Hold on. Dominate monster, dominate person, divine word. Where the hell is it? I thought we just saw something really cool. Let's see. Oh, disintegrate. Let's see. If you're making a spellcaster, you're going to be reading a lot of spells. Oh, don't worry. We will. Don't worry. See, what truly sucks is the amount of spells the ranger is allowed to use in concentration. That sucks. Fabricate. Ooh, dimension door. Okay. Let's see, disguise self, disintegrate, hold on. Then green rays, targets. On a failed saving throw, the target takes 10d6 plus 40 force damage. Hell yeah. If this reduces the hit points to 0, the target is disintegrated. Always fun. What else we got? Let's look at like really big dumb higher level Tensor's floating disc. Oh, we're gonna pull that up too. Eldritch Blast. Actually, you know what? We do have a way we can look at all this a lot easier. And we go, where is it? Spells. There we go, Tensor's floating disc. Let's see. Creates a circular horizontal plane, 3 feet in diameter. Oh, it's literally just a hover disc. Oh, it can hold. You know, it's funny actually about Tensor's floating disc. This is something I remember. Okay, so specifically back in like the first campaign I joined, when one of our party members got knocked out when we were exploring a cave, one of our party members used Tensor's floating disc to just have their body just laying on the Tensor's disc, and he just started stacking items on them to just have it like wheel them around like a cart following us. I remember that, or it was something silly like that. You know what I mean? So you can make use of stuff like that. I think that's good. A level 1 conjuration spell, drop of mercury. I think it served its purpose. Did a good job. Follows you around within 20 feet of you. Not bad. Not bad at all. Take a look at silvery barbs. DM's banned this. You know what? All right, now we're getting to the fun part. All right. Silvery barbs. What do we got? Okay. Reaction. When you take... Okay. Reaction. When you take a creature... Let's see. Which you take when a creature can see you. Yada, yada. Okay. You magically distract the target. Or let's see. Distract the triggering creature and turn its... what? Momentary uncertainty into an encouragement for others. Wait. The target must re-roll the d20 and use the lower roll. Oh, that's so annoying. Let's see. Then you can choose a different creature you see in front of you. The chosen creature has advantage on the next. I see. Let's see. There's advantage on the next attack roll or ability it makes within 1 minute. A creature can be empowered by one of these at a time. Okay. No, I can see why. I can see why. It's really good. All right, let me jump back to here real quick. Let me just pull up. Is there anything else we want to take a look at from our list here? Just peek our head over here real quick. What are these conditions? Charmed, petrified, blinded, frightened. These look about the same. Being grappled, paralyzed. Invisible. I like the art on these. These are nice. Say the enemy rolled and got advantage, or got a 20 and then a 5. You have to have them roll again, and they either get to stick with, and say they get a 17, and then they have to take the 5. Ah, okay, gotcha. Interesting. Anything else here? Oh, dude, this dude is so dead. Stunned, poisoned, unconscious. Let's see, the gods of the multiverse. I am not going to worry too much about when it comes to the gods in D&D, mostly because it is a lot. Literally, there's just like full ass tables on them, and there's just a lot. We could always talk about that later because there's always some. Let's see, fantasy, historical pantheons. Yep, they include that. Most appropriate for use in D&D. Norse pantheon, Celts, the Greeks, the Egyptians, the Norse. Let's see, planes of existence. Okay. I think it's time. So we're gonna do this. And 1 second, let me just make sure that this is ready to go. Oh, where'd it go? There we go. I've already had that up. Let me just 1 second, because I have to just make some adjustments here so I can have this side by side real quick, so we can make some characters and have it as a side by side. The Drow Pantheon for the win. Oh, I bet. You know what? Where is it? You also just drink some water. I do really like a lot of these. This is super cool. Non-human deities. Oh my god, street noise is loud tonight. What else we got? Greyhawk. Oh, there we go. Deities of Forgotten Realms. Damn, there's so many. Okay, let me just make sure that I've got this organized on one side of the screen. 1 second. Let me just do this, and we're gonna try to fit this both on the same screen. So bear with me. This is gonna look a little bit scuffed as I try to make this fit, but we'll see. We'll see. Let me do that. Oh, this is gonna be so. we're gonna get a little claustrophobic here. 1 second. I wonder, can I just like pop this out? Would this be better if I just do this? What if? What if? Thank you. It kinda works. Maybe. Not really. Screw it. We'll just do it like this. We'll leave this here. I can just... Oh, I got this. Hold on. I have an idea to make this work. I know. We're doing the maintenance live. It's just, it didn't look as good as I thought. 1 second. Let me just quickly adjust this real quick. Gotta crop the right side a little bit better. You know what? Sure, you know what? Okay. We will do it like that. And we'll move that right there. And let me just see, will this take up like the whole thing? We could probably just like punch in a little bit. Yeah. Okay. This will be kind of scuffed, but bear with me. We're gonna do this, and now we're gonna do that. Okay, so here's the other fun part, which we're going to work out. Welcome to D&D Tools. We're gonna make a character. This is gonna be so scuffed because I haven't like made a 5e character in a very long time. I think I only made like one, and that was for a 5e campaign that I played where it only lasted one session. So we're gonna do a little bit of fun stuff. Okay, so let's set some ground rules. All right, let's say we were making a campaign. Just for the sake of we're sitting here workshopping characters, let's say our character level limit is, I don't know, I would say like level 4 is typically where I would like to put, like when we make a new campaign. I would say either level 3, level 4, at most level 6. But since a lot of the character features kind of don't come online until level 3 minimum, I'm about ready to say fuck it. How about we make a character that's level 8? Fuck it, we're just gonna go right into it live. Probably a bad idea. But why not, right? Let's see what can work. Okay, so before we get into this, let me pull up our list of ideas and let's see what we want to go with. You know what? I want to go with, let's go with making a wizard first. Let's do something interesting. So let's see. We're gonna go into here. We're gonna jump to, where is it? Jump to wizard. What did we want? Let me pull up our list here. Which, this is gonna be kind of scuffed because this list is like huge. We got a couple of things here. Let me just do that like that, and pop that up here. And we're just gonna move it down here for a second. Okay, so we've got our Warlock Sorcerer combo. That is our first idea. Let's see, typically 3 or 5 for experienced players, but hey, level 8 is 2 feats. Exactly, that's kind of where I was thinking. Let's see, so we've got our Warlock Sorcerer combo. We've got a Artificer armor. We've got a Bard, which I wasn't too sure what I wanted to do. I saw that from the book. I was thinking about doing College of Lore, but when I saw on D&D Tools that there was College of Dance, I'm like, why not? That sounds fun. Let's see what else we got. This one is just straight up inspired by Final Fantasy IV, which we did on stream, which is interesting because it'd be the case of starting as an Oathbreaker and then returning to being a regular Paladin. After that, we've got a Changeling, which is interesting because I went with Monk because it's kind of funny how I ended up making that character originally in the other campaign it was in. A half-elf wizard, which specializes in necromancy, which I'm sure we could find a way to do that. And a half-orc barbarian that is a totem warrior. So, let's jump to the top. Okay, let's see. Did you ever take a look at Order of Scribes? I don't think I did. Let's take a look, actually. Let's jump over here. What do we got? What does this do specifically? Tiny quill for your freehand. Does require ink when you write with it. Ink produces the color of your choice. Yep. Let's see. Awaken spellbook. When you're holding a spellbook, cast the spells. Okay, hold on. Also, I think the text may be a little bit too tiny there, but don't worry about that. We just hide the list for now since kind of already got the gist of it. We'll go from the top of our list. But let's see. Let's see. It doesn't require ink. It's pretty good. Use the book for spellcasting focus for your wizard. Let's see. When you cast a wizard spell with a spell slot, you can temporarily replace its damage type with that. It appears on another spell. Okay, so that's cool. You get a little bit of versatility with that. When you cast a wizard spell as a ritual, you can cast it in a normal spell type. Wait a minute. You can cast the spell's normal cast time rather than adding 10 minutes to it. Once you use this benefit, you can't do so again. That's really good. Okay. Not bad, not bad. Let's see, Manifest Mind. Let's see, Manifest Mind, conjure your awakened spellbook, bonus action. Let's see, Master Scrivener. Finish a long rest. You can create 1 magic scroll. Okay, it's not too bad. Yeah, not bad at all. Okay, well. Alright, so if we're going off our list, our first one is our wizard is our warlock and sorcerer combo. Other unfortunate thing about necromancer spells is that most of them, when you make undead, they're humanoid. Wait, what? Really? Most of them, when you create undead, they're humanoid. Why would they be humanoid? Shouldn't they be undead? I mean, unless, like, they're considering zombies humanoid, which, that's kind of weird. Huh. Okay. Well, let's figure it out. Humanoid shaped. Oh, okay. I see. Gotcha. Like, I was sitting here thinking, I'm like, wait, are we summoning skeletons or are we going with zombies? Big difference. Okay. Can't have an undead bear. No, dude. Bro, Kombucha's in shambles, man. No more undead owlbears for him. That was like his bread and butter in one of our campaigns, summoning undead owlbears. Let's see. No matter what you cast animate dead on, you'll always... Ah, that sucks. Aw, that's lame. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I'm just saying, that's weak. Sad. They don't scale? Boo. Okay, that's... I'm in shambles. Well, anyways. Let's see, what do we start with here? Go Archfey. Let's see. You know what? How do we even fill out the sheet? Because now I feel kind of silly. All right, we have to do a point by. We didn't do a point by. Okay, so if we're gonna do, this is going to be. Can I just set level here? Okay, yeah, I can. Cool. What class are we gonna be? Is there a way you can do like multi-class on this sheet? I don't know. Don't mind me. I'm just using Roll20 because I'm lazy. You know, is what it is, right? Maybe even do multi-classing on this sheet. Can I just do that? Oh, I can. Oh no! Get me out of here! No, I didn't mean to click on that. Oh right, there's also backgrounds and other things too. I see. Well, you know what? Let's do something simple for our first one. Let's not do anything too ridiculous. So you can make more powerful undead with other spells, but they aren't worth it most of the time. Oof. Damn, necromancy is rip and kill, dude. Unlucky. Damn. Where do I even get started on this? Oh my. Oh, okay, here's how you add the subclasses. Okay, I was like, how do you even do this? Okay, well, we'll worry about multi-classing after. Let's just do something simple to start. Okay, first thing on our list that is simple is... let's do our wizard. Okay, so wizard, subclass. I think I chose... wrote it here. We chose necromancy and wizard subclass. What is our subclasses again? Because we still need to do that. We chose our school. We didn't choose our subclass. Grab necromancy and okay. Oh right, that is just that, isn't it? Red. Look at me, I'm just remembering how this goes. Okay, right. Let's see. Let's do a point by. This person is a half-elf. I don't think we chose a variant, so we'll just leave that alone. We're gonna go intelligence and... do I want intelligence, wisdom? What the hell stats do you even do in 5e for this? Probably wisdom. Probably wisdom. Okay, so strength is basically our dump because we're not really going to be doing that. We don't touch that. If anything, I would say we need intelligence. We have 27 point by, so let's get 16 intelligence. Can we? Oh no, you can't go higher than 15. Oh wait, no, 16 because of the +1 from the racial bonus. Okay, got it. Okay, so we want that. Want some charisma as a base. We can do that. We want our wisdom up. Let's get that to at least 13. We get the +1 because of the racial bonus. We put that at 14, so we get a 2 mod. We need constitution because I don't want to die. Because I have learned my lesson, and you should too. Don't be a wizard with no constitution, please. We need at least a minimum amount of dexterity so we can actually do our touch attacks or range attacks, I think. Plus also, I mean, it wouldn't hurt to have, like, you know, at least a minimum dexterity mod for advantage, or not advantage, initiative. You don't need dex for range spells. Really? No? Is it just... well, damn. Say less, chief. We're gonna leave it at 10. Okay. What do I want to put points in? Fuck it, we do that. Yeah, there you go. Okay. I think that looks good. So... let me just write... half-elf. We got that. And... let's see. What are our scores? Our scores are... is 8. It is 10, 14. We'll make that 16 and 14. Okay, got those. What else? Dexterity is for AC though. Yeah, that's true. But, you know, hopefully you probably shouldn't be getting hit, you know? But we'll see. Anyways. Let's see. Put that as NA, subclass, necromancy, creature type, humanoid. Alright, what else? What else? We got all that. Other things. We need to look back to here. Okay, what is our hit die? Our hit dice is a d6. So we change it to that. And it is 8d6 because we're a level 8 wizard. Okay, level 1, 6 plus. So our hit points is 8 to start. Then we're going to want to do excuse me. Sorry about that. I had to drink some water. Okay. Base hit points is 8 for this first level. Then we're going to want to do some rolling. So let me just double check here. We have proficiency in intelligence and wisdom. And what else? We need to choose 2 things, 2 skill proficiencies. We're going to choose Arcana and Religion. What else? Let's see, we are proficient in simple weapons. We'll worry about that in a second. Our proficiency bonus is 3. Our movement speed is 30. We will worry about the rest of that in a second. Let's see, what else? Let's do our health. Okay, so our first level, 6 plus our con mod, which is 2. We've got 8 as our base health, so I'm just writing this down on the side. Got 8 as a base. Let's see, con HP is retroactive, so if you bump up con, you can get a new mod. Ah, okay, gotcha. Because I was going to start it off where we're building our level 1 first, and then we're going to level it up each time. So we'll do that to get started at least. So in that regard, all right, we could either take the average of our HP plus con mod, or we roll a d6. So it'd be, do we want to gamble? What do you guys think? You want to gamble? Do we roll the d6s, then add our con mod? Or do we roll a d6 and add a con mod for each level? Or do we just take the average, excuse me, which is 4, plus our con mod, which is basically a d6? I would almost say we take the d6, but exactly. You know what? All right. Look. That's the fun part. All right, hold on. I gotta edit the overlay here for a second, because if we're gonna do this, we're gonna have some fun. Hold on. We are going to hold on. Oh, because I'm blocking it. No. Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna do something really stupid real quick. We're gonna do this. What if I just do this? What if we're gonna window cap? Okay, this is gonna be really dumb. Bear with me. For my players, you always have them roll, but if they roll below average, they take the average. Okay, that's fair. That's really fair. The only time my friends have done that is if you roll a 1, we'll ask you, do you want to take the average or roll again? Okay, hold on one second. This is gonna be really scuffed, so bear with me. We're gonna do that, And where is it? Okay, I'm gonna have to crop this like really tight. 1 second. So let me do this. This is gonna look so shit. I'm sorry in advance. This is gonna look so bad. We're gonna do that. It's just like do this and then this and then That's looking pretty good. We're gonna do. What about 800? Okay, 800's not enough. What about 900? Okay, we're almost there. 1,500. Okay, that's a little bit too much. 1,100. Almost there. 275. 270. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, and now we just gotta cut the top and the bottom of this. You know what, let's... Actually, that worked perfectly. And now we just gotta organize that. Oh, this is such a nightmare. Hold on. Alright, bear with me, everybody. This, it ain't gonna look pretty, okay? And let's just crop the bottom. You know what? We're gonna do it like this for right now. It's gonna be bad, but bear with me, okay? Oh, why did that not work? There we go. Okay. We're gonna do this so you can see the rolls just for a second. And then I'm gonna tweak that. Alright. Behold, even more terrible shit all over the screen. Alright. Let's get to rolling, boys. We've got 8 as our base HP. We got 8 levels to go. Alright, we have 1d6. So we're gonna roll 1d6 plus 2 as our con mod. Alright. This is gonna be for level 2. Alright. We got another 5. Okay, that's okay. Level 2. This is level 3. Level 4. Level 5. Oh. Level 6. Level 7. Level 8. Okay, that's not so terrible. It could have been bad. Could have been a lot worse, you know. Let me just... We're gonna change that. And... level 1... So, level 1 is always your max plus your con mod, so it's the 8, technically. So, it would be 1d6, which would just be a 6, plus 2, that's 8. Okay. Let me bust out the good old calculator. Let's add us all together. That is... 7 plus 3 plus 7 plus 7 plus 5 plus 8. And we have 45. That's not bad. I'll take that. 45 HP on a wizard? Okay. Respectable. I like that. I say that because I'm someone that, I think in the campaign, that in my first campaign, because I was a dummy, and I think I had like negative con mod. My first character I made in 3.5. And let's just say it looked like shit. I was like level 6 with like 25 or 24 max HP because I never took the average. I would always roll and it was a disaster every single time. So, you know, just keep that in mind, okay? You don't want to be like me. Okay, we got that. We got our proficiencies. Our proficiency bonus is 3. Is it 3? Let me check the table. Level 8. Yep, it is 3. Okay, we get an ability score improvement. Okay, so now we have to do the other things. So we're gonna do... Let me just move this over to my other screen real quick. Okay. So, now we need to do features. Where do we put our features? Oh, I guess we just do it here, right? Sure, why not? Okay, source, class. Oh, actually, we also have to do our racial features, which are... let's just write these down. Ability score increase, half elf. We don't need to worry about all that. Let's see, charisma, +2. Other two by 1. And I'm just gonna put whiz and int. See, alignments, we don't need to worry about that. Let's see, size, about the same size, medium. I think I wrote that. Let's see, so for newer D&D, you can choose mod that you want and then put 2 and then 1. Oh, okay. I didn't realize you could do that. Interesting. Huh, okay. Well, I think it's fine that we did our spread like that. Okay. Let me just write dark vision. Dark vision, 60 feet. Let's do that. And what else we got? Fey ancestry. Let me just write that down too while I'm at it. And then I think there was just like the skills. Also, I think there's like more on this page, but this page is like... There we go. A language is extra language. Okay. That's for 2024. Oh, I see. So that's for 2014. Gotcha. Okay, good to know. I didn't realize that those rules got eroded. Half elf, racial. So I put that. Let's see what else we're missing here. Okay, ancestry. Advantage on charmed. What else? Charmed and can't be put to sleep. Can't be put to sleep. And skills, which I think we also chose. I think we did, right? Pretty sure we did. Yeah. Gain proficiency into skills. Yeah. We did that. Yeah. I'm sure we did. Or is it 2 additional ones? I don't know, actually. Hold on. So I think we just went through here. Oh, we'll worry about the starting equipment after. Okay. That's fine. Skills. You know what? Fine, we'll just tag 2 more. You know what? Persuasion, and let's go with history. Oh, okay, right. Put sleep, parentheses, by magical effects. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Skills. I'm going to just mark that we tagged history. History and persuasion. Okay. Nice. All right, so that is 11 racials. Oh, there we go. What else? What else? Okay, so now let's start putting in our class features from our wizard table. So let me just mark this over here. Well, this could be kind of a pain in the ass. I know I'm going to be bouncing this stuff back and forth. Oh, we didn't do a background. That's what we didn't do. We can pick that in a second. You know what? Actually, no. Let's do that now. So, if we're going to look at backgrounds, we looked at them in the book, but I think let's look at it through here, actually. All right, what do we got? There's like a lot. Huh. Oh, and these also give me additional stuff. Oh, I see what you mean. PHP 2024. Huh. Okay. Well, let's see. For this character, what do we want? Well, I did write a little bit of a backstory note on this. So let's take a look at what we got. This person was a witch's assistant. They learned necromancy when they were young so they could resurrect their childhood pet so it would stay with them. And they used necromancy as a way to treat wounds and further research on resurrection. What would work in this? I guess maybe an acolyte. Sort of. Let's see. Is there anything else that's more like fitting of that? Let's see. Not Fey Lost. Gambling Warden. What else? So you could also do custom background. You always blacklist 2024 stuff. Oh, you can? Oh, is it just... Oh, is the 2024 stuff, like... Is that, like, the D&D 1 stuff? Or is that, like, something else? Is D&D 1 supposed to be, like, 5.5e or something? Okay, I know, dumb question asked now, right? But, go figure. Let's cross that out. Let's see. What do we got? Planar Philosopher, Student... Gotcha, okay. Let's see. It's Light Hand. Witherbloom Student. I might just grab one of these and then we'll just like rename it because that's just how it be. Let's see. What would work for someone who's supposed to be like almost like a small town doctor, because they're supposed to be working with like a witch as an assistant. What would work? Failed merchant. Oof. Let's see. Gambler. No. Celebrity adventurer scion. Damn. Also, wow, yeah, a lot of these backgrounds are very specific to the setting, of course. Sage or acolyte? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Let's see. Oh, whoops. Scientist? Actually, that might work. Because it's supposed to be like a bit of an alchemist too, you know. I'll probably go with something like that. Civic scientist. What the hell? Movement, metamagic patterns. Feature researcher. Oh my god, there's like so much of this stuff. Holy shit. All these different things you could use to add to your sheet. You know what? Let's see, you gain Arcana and proficiency. But the thing is, what if I already have proficiencies in these? Yeah, like, I guess it would let us grab that, and then we already have proficiency in Arcana, so it really wouldn't do too much. Language 2 of your choice. Alright, I forgot to write that. I guess, where would I put languages? I guess under your bio? No. Cool. Nice. Sick. There's really like not too much like actual stuff like that to write in onto the sheet now I'm thinking about it, other than like spells and maybe like background. And I guess obviously just fill in the blank here with your features and then some other stuff. Okay, interesting. You know what, let's just say we're going with the where can I put that background? Click that. Oh, there we go. Let's just say Oh man, the music is like getting me in the vibe. It's great. We'll just put scientist for now. It's like a thing. Why is that NA? Oh right, I thought we already filled that in. Alignment. NE for neutral evil. I don't know, we'll just put 0 for now on that. Okay, we already got the race listed. Sub-race. Oh, right, it's because it's listing the sub-race. We're just... we don't have anything for that, so we'll just leave that as NA. What else? Okay, I guess now let's jump back here. Class, jump back to wizard. Let's get our starting stuff. Choose either pack A or pack B. I'm choosing pack A just because it'll make my life easy. So let's see. Oh, other proficiencies in languages. Type. Let's see. We are weapons, proficiency, simple. Simple weapons. We are armor. I think it's like light armor. Where is it? I don't think we are. I don't think actually. No, I don't think we are proficient in it. Let's see. Custom allows you to choose 2 skills, 2 tools, skills, languages. Ah, okay. That sounds like a good idea. You choose 2 skills and 2 trade tools. Okay. Let's just put that as light. And what else? Tools and proficiencies. Tool proficiencies and custom skills. I don't think we have... Oh yeah, we don't have any of that. We don't need that. Okay. Just delete that. There we go. Wizard has no armor or shield proficiency. Oh, okay, cool. Alright, then we delete that. There we go. Okay. Let's see. What else? What else are we looking at here? Got that. Let's go with some of the stuff that we're taking from pack A. So we get 2 daggers. 2 dagger. What else we get? We get a quarterstaff. Quarterstaff. We get a spellbook. Spellbook, a robe. And we also get a scholar's pack, which is a bunch of other stuff. I'm just gonna write scholar pack. Because it is basically the essentials, like our camping equipment, as well as like other things like a lamp, a book, a backpack, all the stuff that we would typically use on our traveling adventure. A lot of stuff that we just kind of write off, but you know what I mean. Okay. Got all of that. We are broke. We're the most broke, poverty-stricken level 8 wizard, but don't worry about that. What is the name? This is the name of our character. It is Dahlia. Do that. What else? Proficiency, spell casting. All right, we would need to add our spells, but we'll do that in a second because we're gonna do a little bit of window shopping since we're a wizard, but we also have to finish putting in our features. So let me do that here on the side. Okay. We are level 8, so we get spellcasting, adept ritual. So let's just add these in. Do the good old-fashioned copy and paste in a second. Let's see, spellcasting. Look, sometimes you gotta do a little bit of the boring part here, which is typically like a lot of this stuff. So we're gonna put that as our class. Spellcasting, level 1. You know what this does. Lets you cast spells. All right, and let's see, ritual adept. I just copy and paste that text. Adept. This is class feature. What is level 1? Arcane recovery. Now, I typically just copy and paste a lot of this stuff. I know if you know your stuff a bit better, you can always just jot a couple of notes down. But sometimes what I'll do is if the text is too long, sometimes I'll just copy a link to whatever the feature or spell or whatever it is into the sheet itself. So if like I need to know, I'll pull it up. Because I will tell you, the number one rule with D&D, it's totally okay to pull up like any resources. You're not taking a test, okay? So if you have a question or you don't understand what you're doing, by all means, pull up the resource. You can just fire up this, pull up like 5e tools here. You don't understand how something works, pull it up. It's totally okay. No one's gonna get mad or annoyed, but just trust me, it's okay. Okay, let's see, what did I put here? I think this is the arcane recovery. And this is a whiz level 1. And let's see, our first level 2, which is you specialize in another field, pick another one. Okay, cool. So we get to pick another one or another skill to be proficient in. We're going to go in medicine, since that is our feature here for level 2. And we'll just put this whiz level 2. And this is scholar. And this is a class feature. There we go. And wizard subclass, and we're just gonna mark that as necromancy since that's what we went with. Oh, we also have the view subclass. Which, oh, right. There we go. Because that's what we wanted. So let me just copy this. Oh, whoops. Copy it like that. There we go. Let's see, wizards are the only one that can cast ritual spells, as they're the only ones. Let's see. The only ones that can cast ritual spells as rituals, they know, even if it isn't prepared. Oh, okay. Good to know. Okay, so now that we did that, level 3, wizard subclass. Let's see, subclass, and we're just going to mark this as necromancy. All right, level 2, duh. Wait, then why is this? Oh, it says marked level 3 for subclass. Okay. Necromancy, class feature, and we are going to put this as Wiz level 3. Let's see. Oh, a level 2 you gain the ability. Oh, you're right, it is level 2. Huh. Oh, I see. Wait a minute. Did they errata this to make it level 3? Wait a minute. Am I blind? Because you're right, it is level 2. Yeah, level 2, you gain Grim Harvest. Weird. Okay, you're right. My bad. It literally says it right there. Okay. Alright. So we got that. We already got our extra skill. We have that set up, so now we are good there. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, the table is set up as if it was for 2024. That's the problem I'm missing. My bad. I did not realize that was the case. Okay. My bad. I didn't get it. Okay. So now we're at level 4. We have ability score improvement. Well, it is ability score or feat, if I'm correct. Yeah. Let's see, ability score improvement feat or another feat of your choosing. Well, Guess that means it is time for us to go shopping for feats. What? Okay, there we go. Okay, what feat do I want to get? What would work? Requires level 4. Choose from Fey Magic. You always have Misty Step as a prepared spell. Okay, that's not a bad idea. But again, that's 2024 haul. Is there a way to block 2024 from the book list? There's PHP 14. Oh, what if I just sort by source? Damn, is there really not that many feats? Holy crap. Oh my god. Damn, the new PHP added like tons of them. Let's see, filter. And technically 2024. Ah, okay, gotcha. Do that, reprinted. SRT 5.1. Oh, there we go. Never mind. It's just at the top. Okay. There we go. Now we're good. Thank you. Okay, so let's see. What feats do we want to get here? Let's go by prereq. Prodigy. You have a knack for learning new things. Gain 1 more skill proficiency, tool proficiency. Fluency in language of your choice. All right, we didn't actually put our languages. Let's just do that real quick. Language, common. Oh, whoops. And we need to add another language, Elven. And let's see, what do we want? What feat do we actually want here? Level 4, we do have spellcasting. Cartomancer. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of cool. Oh, and you learn prestidigitation? Or prestidigitation. Not bad. Although, we probably already have the cantrip. What else? What else? Warcaster's your go-to. Yeah, I was thinking Warcaster, actually. Hold on, can I just sort by name? Okay, cool, I can. Let's... Oh, is it just not on this list? Huh, why is it not here? Oh, there it is. Okay. Hold on, let me change tracks. We're listening to the ominous, scary music. Oh, there we go. This track's a banger. Okay. Let's see. Warcaster. You've casted in combat. You have advantage on Constitution saving throws. Maintain concentration. Oh yeah, we're going with that. We are grabbing that. Dun, 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 dun. I guess I'll just mark that as a feat. And we'll put this as Wiz level 4. Put that text there. Warcaster. Okay, so now that's level 4 feat. So now let's jump back over here. What else do we got? Memorize spell. Pretty quick and easy. Memorize spell, and we're gonna put that under our class features. Wiz level 5. Okay, not bad. And level 6, we got 2 more levels to go. And we're just gonna copy our undead thralls. And Wiz level 6. And okay, I see. Interesting. Yeah, I see it, the citation here. Oh, that's cool. It even gives you the page number. That's pretty helpful. I like that. Yeah, actually, hold on. Why is it always... I'm curious. Can you just turn off filter? Oh god, don't do that. Too many things. Too many things. There we go. Filter in the top right. Oh, top left. There we go. Thank you. And we're... There we go. Perfect. Oh, whoops. Wait, did I do that right? There we go. Okay, there we go. Now we've got that sorted out. It took me a second. I was like, wait a minute, what's going on? Okay, we're good. We're good. Anyways. Let's see. What else do we got? We did our level 6 feature. Oh, damn. Then that means, unfortunately, I have to, like, go back and, like, rip out a couple other things. Because I think the table's wrong now. What if I just... Hold on. Pardon me. We're going to jump around here. My bad. The wizard. We're going to look at their table real quick. Arcane Tradition. Okay, ability score improvement F4. Arcane Tradition feature. Okay, so then this is our last feature, which is our Necromancy feature, which is Undead Thralls. This is a class feature, Undead Thralls. Okay. So we've got all the class features, we've got our hit points, we've got our proficiencies, we didn't opt for any more stat boosting, but that's fine because instead we got feats that are pretty useful. What else? Got some items. We don't have any custom skills or proficiencies with that. We got our languages. I think it's time for spells. Yeah. Let's do spells. Okay, let's see. You have reprinted read it out, don't you? I think I changed it so it's not read it out, so we can actually get the 2014 rules. So I think we should be good. It's like if we leave that on, that should be fine. Right? I think. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh. Oops. 1 second. Let's just leave that like that. Yeah, there we go. Now that's normal. Wait, why is it still showing? What the hell? No, I don't want... Change that to red. Okay, there we go. Now we're good. Okay. Anyways, let's look at spells. Is there a way we can look at just a spell list for wizard? I'm assuming most of it is that. Okay, so we get level 8. We get 4 cantrips, 4 level 1 spells, 3 level 2, 3 level 3, 2 level 4s. And okay, cool. It's just listed over here. Cantrips, we get 4. Okay. So I'm just gonna do... Oh, where is it? We're just gonna put 1. I'm just gonna put 2, 3, and 1 more. And that is 4. Just as a filler note, just so we know. Okay, time to go shopping, boys. we're gonna go looking around here. Okay, let's see. What are we looking for? All right, spells. And you know what? Hold on, let me just... We're gonna loop this song for this because I think it's very fitting. Okay. We are gonna cross out 2024. Save that. Okay. Let's get to cooking. Class specific, we want just wizard. And sort by level. Okay, cantrips. We get 4 cantrips. So, what do we got? We got shape water. These kind of suck. Okay, blooming blade. Create bonfire. I mean, I guess gust. Sword burst. That's not all the cantrips. Oh, it's because there we go. We had to take that out. I don't know why. It always by default has reprint blocked. Okay, we're good now. Yeah, because I'm like, there are some of these that are just missing. Okay, we got 4 cantrips. Let's see. If we're sticking with the theme of our necromancer type of character who's supposed to be like a doctor, let's go with, what does Toll the Dead do? Let's see. You point at a creature you can see within range. The sound of a dolorous bell toll. Target must succeed a wisdom saving throw or take 1d8 necrotic damage. If the target is missing any hit points, instead it takes 1d12. Pretty good. And that's a cantrip? Yeah, I'm taking Toll the Dead. That's actually hella gas. Bet your ass we're taking that. Let's see. So let's go back in here. Grab Toll the Dead. Casting time, action. Range 60 feet. Target 1 creature. It is that. It is not concentration or concentration. Let's see, it is an instant spell. Casting ability is none. What else? Put the description there, and at higher levels, do that. And is there anything else I'm missing here? Creature concentration done in a Oh right, school. Duh. Necromancy. And okay, cool. We got our first cantrip. All right. Let's see. Toll the Dead, Infestation, Chill Touch. Oh yeah. Let's see. Where is Chill Touch? Oh yeah, Chill Touch is good. Oh yeah, definitely worth it. Let's grab that as well. Chill Touch, Necromancy cantrip. Let's see. Cast time. It is an action. Range 120 feet. Target. 1 target. Let's see. Hold on. Range attack against a creature. Yeah, 1 creature. Let's see. It is verbal somatic. No concentration needed. Duration is 1 round. Mold earth to dig up boxes for your unboxing videos. Yeah, for real. Oh boy, I can't wait to see what's in this one. Casting ability none. And let's just copy our spell. Grab that. And at higher levels, I actually like that cantrip scale up here. This is kind of cool. Okay, that is our second one. And let's see, what was infestation actually? I'd probably get prestidigitation as our last one, because I'll be honest, it's kind of like the bread and butter. I love it as like a roleplay spell for, like, you know, it's basically the Swiss Army knife of spellcasters, to be honest. Let's see, infestation. Oh, it's not. Oh, I'm dumb. I can't read. There it is. Out of mites and parasites. Yeah, wow, this is pretty good. Okay. Let's see. Let's grab this. So, infestation. This is a conjuration. Cast time, action, range 30. Our components. On target. Let's see, all these are components. Concentration. Is it a concentration spell? No. Duration. Instant. Casting ability, none, that. Okay. Or for theming. Yeah. No, I think it does fit, because, you know, the idea of using, like, necromancy and stuff as, you know, a way of a doctor, and on top of that, you know, kind of fits the theme a bit. Okay, I can dig that. It's always the tricky part, is trying to come up with a cool theming to work with it. Right, okay. Got that. We got one more cantrip, and let's go with... Where's prestidigitation? There we go. The good old classic. Can't ever go wrong with good old prestidigitation. Try to say that 10 times fast. Prestidigitation, prestidigitation, prestidigitation. The spell that everyone loves, and it can be kind of a pain to read out loud sometimes. Prestidigitation. And that is a transmutation. Casting time, action. Range 10 feet. And target. One target. Barbarian's ale tastes like lemonade. It's always fun. And let me just uncheck that. No concentration. Duration. Up to 1 hour. And casting ability, none. Yep. There we go. Cool. All right, so we got our 4 cantrips. Now we need to do... Oh, where is it? Let me just jump back to here. Classes, wizard. Okay. We got our 4 cantrips. Now we need 4 level 1 spells. Okay. Let's see what we got. Level 1. Let me just actually filter this. We can do this like really easily. Because I think we can just filter by level. Where the hell? Oh, duh, there you go. Okay, what do we got? Level 1, if we're going with the idea, let's see. Unseen servant, witching bolt, tensors floating, this hideous laughter. Let's see, I would say probably sleep, protection from good and evil. Magic missile's kind of a mandatory pick, because I'm gonna be honest, magic missile's just kind of always good, so it's like, why would you not, right? False life actually kind of fits the build too, though. Let's see. Maybe. See, those are spell slots, not unknown spells. It's based on your intelligence. Oh, right. Right. Wait, is it? Hold on. Oh, you're right. Those are just spell slots. Whoops. I forget. Okay. Right. Let's see, cantrips are good, but level spells, yeah. Of course. Mm-hmm. Oh, whoops, wrong thing. Let's go back here. Let me think. What works? Okay, what's the difference between Magic Missile and Jim's Magic Missile? Jim's Magic Missile is an ancient and powerful spell. Right. Huh. Whistling hypoallergenic gluten-free darts. What the fuck is this? Now that's silly. The attack rolls scores a critical. The magic missile can crit? What the fuck? Hold on, now I'm curious. What's the difference? Oh, it's just actually just a better spell. That's kind of goofy. I know, right? Gluten-free attack. It'll blow up in your face, dealing 1 force damage per missile to you. Okay, so at first level, you have a spellbook containing 6 level 1 spells of your choice. Okay. Yeah, actually, how does that work again? So it's like, so we have the 6th level 1 of our choice. Hold on, let me actually take a look back here in the book, because I don't actually remember. Okay. Level 1, you learn 3 cantrips. Okay. Paired spells. Oh, okay, you're right. It's 6 level 1 spells of your choice. Okay, so we do get 6 level 1 spells. You are correct. Pair spells from the wizard's list that are available to your class. You do so with the number of wizard spells equal to your intelligence mod plus your wisdom level. Okay. The spells level must be there for what you have. So, okay. So we have 6 level 1 spells. Okay. Let me just write this down. Wait, why is our total... Oh, because it says... Oh, because the sheet's like auto-calculating here. Okay, I was wondering, like, what does this mean? It says we have 4 total. Hold on. Hit die d6. Okay. Choose the number of spells from your spellbook equal to your intelligence mod plus your wizard level. Okay, so we would have like a lot of spells to choose from. Spells must be at a level for each spell slot. Okay, well, in that case then, let's just grab our bunch of level 1. Let's get our 6 level 1 spells. Okay, so if we're gonna go with that, let's pin some stuff. We're gonna go with False Life. I would say probably... So each level up, you get 2 more spells to add to your spellbook, and over the course of the adventure... Ah, okay, I see how that works. Okay, so since we leveled up 8 times, we'd have, like... We leveled up technically 7 since we started 1. You'd have 14 more spells to add. Got it. So let's just say we have an extra 14 spells in the bank. We'll worry about that later. So in that case, we're going to grab a couple of things. Let's cause fear ranged. It is. Sort of elements. Since this person is supposed to be sort of a doctor. Let's see. We got False Life. Let me see, what are other just spells that are good in general that I want to get? I kind of want to get Jin's Magic Missile, because why not? It could be kind of goofy. Although, I feel like it'd be a little bit silly. You know what? Now let's get things that would make sense for this character. Ray of Sickness. We would want Protection from Good and Evil. Regular Magic Missile. Mage Armor is also helpful. I don't know about Tasha's... The Healer Feed is also really good. Ooh, I should have taken a look at that. We can always probably go back. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know what? I'm gonna grab some of those banked spells, and I want to say we could probably grab either Unseen Servant or Witch Bolt. I'd probably say Unseen Servant for the roleplay purpose, mostly because it kind of works with what we're doing. Now, Witch Bolt's bad. Oh yeah, this is bad. Concentration up to a minute. You have to target something and then you get to deal damage with it. Okay, never mind. You're right, it's bad. Anyways, all right, let's start copying some of these over. So let's grab our spells. Oh, whoops. Uh-oh. And easy. Higher levels. I do like that a lot of these spells do have better benefits at higher level too. I think that helps a lot. Let's see. Let's see. Action. Self. Target. Self. Not a concentration. Duration 1 hour. There we go. That's our first one. Second one. Find familiar shield and silvery barbs. You know what? That won't be too bad. We'll either probably add more level 1 spells or level 2, depending on what's going on. I don't know. It just kind of depends on sort of how we're feeling with once we grab our bunch. Let's see. Mage armor. Mage armor. Duration. Cast time. We'll have it as action. Range is touch. Target 1 willing creature. Let's see. Willing creature. This is no concentration, duration 8 hours. Nice. And let me just copy that. Comprehend language. Ooh, that is a good one. You know what? I think I'm gonna grab that over Tensor's disc. We'll grab that next. Comprehend language. Because it would make perfect sense in that case. Comprehend languages. See, cast time, action, or a ritual. And range self. Target self. Duration 1 hour. And let's just copy the depiction. There we go. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3. 3 more to go. Let's grab good old magic missile because it's the most basic offensive spell you could go with. It's also generally pretty good. Magic missile. Let's see, we're gonna go with it. Evocation. Casting time. Action. 20 feet. Let's see, 1 creature per missile. We can just cross out that one. Duration, instant. And there we go. Put that there, and then the other part, adding more missiles at higher levels. All right. So now I would say, how many do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We're probably gonna go with protection from evil and good, and probably either Riot Sickness or Unseen Servant. Ooh, Identify could be pretty good. Take a look at that. You know what? Actually, yeah, we'll get Identify over Unseen Servant. So we'll get Protection from Good and Evil, Ray of Sickness, and actually not Ray of Sickness. We'll just get Protection from Good and Evil and Identify. I think that'll be good. But let's just copy Identify first. There we go. And Divination. Cast time about 1 minute. Or Ritual. Let's see, range, touch. Target. Let's see, 1 object. And duration can be instant. Identify. Let's see what else. Okay. It's looking pretty solid. Let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and our last one. Let's grab Protection from Good and Evil. Oh boy, it's our first concentration spell. Something I kind of tried to avoid, but, you know, is what it is. Up to 10 minutes. Let's see. Good and Evil. Have duration. Cast time. Action. Touch. 1 willing creature. And it is holy water, powdered silver, and iron. There we go. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. We've got all of those. Let's jump to our level 3s. How many do we have spell slots available? We have like what? We have what? 14 spells total, I think. We get our 6th level 1 and then 14 additional spells, right? Is that how that works? If I'm going off of the rules correctly on that? I'm just trying to remember how we did it. Okay. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so let me... Because our cantrips, we've got our base amount of cantrips, so hold on, let me just bust out the calculator. We had 14 spells. 14 spells. Let me just count out. 1, 2, 3, 4 from our cantrips, so we have 10 spells left available. Okay. Now I'm starting to understand it. Okay, so let's see. We have available up to us at level 8, up to level 4 spells. So let's go 3 level 2 spells, 3 level... Let's see. You know what? Let's do actually 4 level 2 spells, 4 level 3 spells, and then like 2 level 4 spells maybe. Maybe. We'll see. Okay, so what do I want to grab? Oh, they don't count? Oh, perfect. All right, hold up. Adding the 4 back on my calculator. All right. Then we're gonna be in for some fun. All right, we're gonna let's still stick with the plan. Okay, let's go. Tell you what, we can do 5 level 2s, 5 level 4s, or no, 5 level 2s, 5 level 3s, 4 level 4s. I think we're gonna do that. So I'm gonna just write 4, 5, put 6 here, and we'll put 5 here. Okay, there we go. All right. What do we want? Time to go shopping again. Let's go shopping. All right, what do we got? Let's see, level 2s. Ooh, it's a lot of spells. Holy shit. Okay. Wither and Bloom. That sounds pretty good. Let me... Hold on, can I clear pins? Oh, I can just clear pins. Okay, hold up. We're emptying out the list here. Alright, because we got 5 spells to pick. Let's see, what do we want? What is fun? Let's see, Crown of Madness, Darkness, Dark Vision, Detect Thoughts is usually a good roleplay spell. So I'm going to grab that. What else do I want? Enhance, Enlarge, and Reduce. This would definitely be helpful. Since the idea is someone who is kind of, you know, a doctor, but also like working back and forth towards aiding an ally. Okay. I'm gonna put Gentle Repose on the list for now, but we might change that. Let's see. What else? Let's see Invisibility and Scorching Ray. I kind of want to get Scorching Ray just because, like, I'm gonna be honest, Scorching Ray is kind of always good, but if we're sticking with the theme, that's the most important part here. So let's see what else we got. I want to get Wither and Bloom. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. We need one more spell. What is this? Misty Step. Vortex Whip. Vortex Warp. That's really to a space around another creature you can see. Oh, it's not a bad idea. Okay, all right. Misty Step. Misty Step could always be good. This Gift of the Gab. When I met Jim Dark Magic, I wondered how he was gonna get anything done in that outfit. What the hell? That's kind of funny. Let's see, Arcane Lock. You touch a door. Let's see, Arcane Lock. You touch a door, window, a gate, an entryway. Also set a password. Oh. Look at Arcane Lock and think about what a mouth is. Let's see. Okay, when you touch a closed door, a window, a gate, or an entryway, it becomes locked for the duration. Oh my god. Oh my god. Holy shit. The arcane down or bounding gag someone. Holy shit. Damn. You know, I didn't think about it that way. Holy shit. You know what? You're right. It's on the list. Bam. Just because it sounds interesting enough that you can make a cool idea with it. You won me over on that. Okay, let's add our spells in. Arcane Lock. Abjuration. Action. Range. Touch. Touch. Oh, whoops. One creature. Yeah, you know what? I think I might get Hold Person over Detect Thoughts. One creature. Let's see. Gold Dust. / 25 GP. This is it a concentration? No, it's not. Okay. Still dispelled. And nothing else too crazy off of that. There we go. Where is it? Old Person. Oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, we'll do Hold Person over Detect Thoughts. Okay, reduce and enlarge. I love this song, it's so good. Okay, this is a concentration spell. Pinch of powdered iron. Pinch of powdered iron. And this will be enlarge / reduce. It's funny, I like that they combine these. It's very interesting. Instead of them being separate spells for like the longest time. Action, 30 feet. And target Creature or object. And duration up to 1 minute. Yeah, you know what? I think we're gonna scrap Gentle Repose for that. I think it just might be better. Yeah, we'll go Borrowed Knowledge. So pin that. We're gonna get rid of Gentle Repose. Knowledge. Grab that and knowledge, divination, action, self. It's not a concentration spell, but let's see, a book. Oh, whoops, caps lock. Worth at least 25. And duration is 1 hour. Okay. Not bad, not bad. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. And did we put Hold Person yet? No, we didn't. Okay, Hold Person and then Wither and Bloom. All right. Let's throw that in there. Let's put the at higher level section in. Is a humanoid creature that you can see within range. Concentration. Up to 1 minute. Oh yeah, don't worry, I'm gonna take a look at that. All straight piece of iron. And see, casting time, 1 action. Sounds good. Range is 60 feet. And target a humanoid creature. And person. Enchantment. Let's see. Look at Sinlock's Snowball Swarm for fun. You know what? What does this say? A flurry of magic snowballs erupts from a point you point out within a range. Each creature must, in a 5-foot radius sphere centered on that, must make a dexterity saving throw or take a the creature takes 3d6 cold damage on a failed oh my god, that's kind of obnoxious. I am liking a lot of these like trickster based spells. These are kind of funny. I always enjoy a little bit of chaos in some spells like that. That's pretty good. Oh hey, Spider Climb is still here. That's pretty useful. Anyways, let's just copy this as well. Boom, boom, boom. Copy the at higher level section. Oh. Whoops. My bad. Thanks, Opera. Grab that. And Wither and Bloom. Necromancy action. 60 feet. And 10-foot radius. And it is a withered vine twisted into a loop. Duration instant. All right. That is all of our level 2 spells. Cool. Okay, so we got cantrips, we have our level 2s, we've got 5 level 3s now to go. So let's do that. Let's filter for level 3. Alright, here's where things are going to start getting spicy, I think, because I think it's like, what, spells level 3 and 4 is where we're going to start getting to the fun stuff. Oh, right. I have to add Animate Dead, because that is a freebie. Let me just pin that. Let me just add Animate Dead here. Animate Dead. Necromancy. See, cast time 1 minute, range 10 feet, target pile of bones / corpse. Let's see, drop of blood, piece of flesh, pinch of bone dust. Concentration, not needed. Duration, instant. And nothing else. Let's just copy that. And then copy the at higher level section. Okay. Well, it's like all pushed to the side because of all the components like push the text box away on the side. Okay. Let's see. Oh my god, there's so much text. It pushed it so far down. Okay, so we have still, you know, how can I just like, oh, whoops. Guess it wouldn't work like that. Okay, we'll just say it's technically 6. Okay, so we have 5 other spells. We already got Animate Dead. Let's see what else we got. Let's see, 3 building creatures, fallen hab. Let's see. Now here's the fun stuff. Because it's like, the wizard in me is like, oh, I see fireball, fly, haste. I'm like, bro, these are like, always grabs to like, you know what I mean? Let me see. If we're sticking with the theme, let's see what we got here. There's summon undead. Maybe. Put that there. Let's see. Tongues. Grant someone an ability to do that? No. Probably, I would say water breathing. I would say probably water breathing. Speak with dead. Spirit Shroud, Vampiric Touch. Okay. Vampiric Touch. Where is Spirit Shroud? There it is. Let's see, probably, maybe not summon undead. Let's see, Vampiric Touch, Water Breathing, Spirit Shroud, that's 3. We get 2 more. Let's say probably Speak with Dead. And non-detection. Life transference, that sounds about right. That definitely fits the bill. Yeah, if we're sticking with the theme of this character, we'd probably go with these spells. Maybe water breathing we could take out and like put something else though. What is Feigned Death? Actually, yeah, no, that would actually work as well. Yeah, all of these kind of would fit the bill for sort of the theme that we're rolling with here. Okay, well, let's go from the top. Let's start with Feigned Death. Feigned Death. Necro. Toggle that. It is a possible ritual. Casting time, action, or ritual. And range, touch. Let's see, target, willing creature. And let's see, is this a concentration spell? No, it isn't. Okay. Let's just copy that. And the material cost is a pinch of graveyard dirt. And duration 1 hour. Okay, not too bad. Next, life transference. Mostly because I really like this idea, and I think it fits well with the theming of the character. If it's like a doctor that is using necromancy, or, well, you know, like a witch's assistant that is using necromancy in this sort of way, I think that'd be an interesting idea. Transference. Necromancy, action, 30 feet. And there is no material component. The one creature, or one target. No, one creature. Has to be specific. Duration, instant. Speak with Dead, which is always going to be super helpful, especially considering, well, circumstances. This could be good. And a incense. 10 minutes. Let's put Speak with Dead. Necromancy. And what is our cast time? It is action. Range 10 feet. Target. Corpse. You know what? Let me switch up the song. We've been on this for a little while. Although I do like it. Let's switch to another fun one. Well, this is a fun one. This one's a cheery song. While we're building a character that is a necromancer. You know, it's kind of funny because I usually don't build necromancers or characters like that. It's typically my friend who does that. But, you know, I was just kind of in the mood. I was like, you know what? There was one time I did make a necromancer. And I figured, why not? It could be interesting. Let's see. Bonus action. Interesting. It's like the first one that we had that is a bonus action. Get rid of the material component. Oh, let me lower the music a little bit. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Where are we at on this? Okay, there we go, right. There is no material component, but duration... Oh, it's a concentration spell. Gotcha. Concentration up to 1 minute. You call forth spirits of the dead, which... Wouldn't it be float? Around you. It spells duration. These spirits are tangible and invulnerable. Necromancy is one of your favorite schools of magic, but you wish they didn't get the short end of the stick. You know, it's funny because I kind of felt that way too in like older editions when it came to like illusion magic. Well, the thing is, illusionary magic, it's difficult to kind of balance in that sense because you don't want the illusions to deal damage because it can get kind of ridiculous. I would say for higher level spells, or hell, if you really want, feet tax me, you know? Because if you're making illusions that are pseudo-real, I think that's enough. Because even in the campaign that I played an illusionary specialist in, typically what I did was whenever we were chasing down someone with illusionary magic, I would sometimes put mirror images of myself ahead or an illusion of someone ahead to try and like run at them to stop them. And if the person is like, you know, kind of paying attention or not, they might sometimes stop or try to dodge it. So that kind of works in that regard. Or even you could even psych them out and like pretend you put up a wall behind them or something like that. So it's all about, you know, mind gaming your opponent. But at the same time, in a fight, how would you do that? I would say you would need to sort of attack their senses, maybe make a perception based type of spell, something like that. Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah, mislead. You know, it's also like kind of the way you would do that, which is kind of why, like, for me, when it comes to like Pathfinder, I enjoy those types of like occult classes. Like I think I've mentioned before, I think my favorite class in Pathfinder 1E is Mesmer, because it's a class all about dealing with perception. And I think that's a cool way to do illusionary magic, because they still have illusionary magic, but they also have like psychic powers that, you know, incorporate those illusionary magics. So it's something fun like that. And it's weird because I would say the best combination of that would be illusionary and enchantment magic in like D&D 3.5, which is also what I'm familiar with. You do a combo with those. Now you've kind of got something working, where you're working with some sort of status effects or I think in that first campaign I was in, we made a custom spell since each of us were able to craft our own spell. I think my character had something like a rainbow bolt where it's like you roll, say it works like a magic missile, but it affects your perception. So it works like color spray combined with magic missile. So I can ping multiple targets, but now they need to make a save or they're going to be hit with a number of different like perceptive status ailments, or maybe they're blind for a round, maybe they can't hear, something like that, to really like distort what they're seeing. And that was cool, like that in tandem with like using mirror images or illusions like silent image and other things like that. You can deal with a lot of cool stuff. See, some deal psychic damage in 5e if you're not mistaken. You can also summon illusionary dragons that do. Ooh, that might be fun. I might try to make like an illusion specialist at one point, but we'll save that. We're gonna see how far we get. Let's try to at least wrap up this one character, and then we'll sort of see what we'll do next. Let's see. Right, where was I at in this one? I'm sorry, I got sidetracked super hard. What can I say? I love talking about like campaign stories and stuff like that. There's always like fun stuff that can be had, you know? Especially like for me, it's like playing with my friends is obviously like my favorite part about D&D, because we get to work together to make really cool stories, and in turn we get to make really cool character combinations, like you know, that illusionary specialist that I made in our first campaign was someone that when they sort of joined the team, basically they were kind of a stickler, where they're like, oh, we have to do things by the rules, I can't break the rules, etc., etc. But by growing together with the party, they ended up, you know, loosening up and realized, okay, we don't have to be super strict anymore. And that's what made it fun, because then they started using their illusionary magics to goof around and pull pranks with everyone else. And then it just turned into like this thing where as the character grew older, they ended up becoming this like sort of an arcane trickster in a sense. So there you go. And so get off topic. Your GM let you rule a cool thing to fill a warehouse with fear. Like fill a warehouse with fear, like how you would have fished. What? Oh my god, dude. That's interesting. Okay. How would you fill it with fear? Like a fish tank with water. Paladins, baby. Why, do you have like an aura that just irradiates that? Or are you like, because you're a paladin, they're afraid of you? I'm confused. What the hell? Oh man. Well, let me just see where we're at in the music playlist. Ah, okay. Hold on, let's do these tracks. These are my favorite. This is a good one. Right, duration. Up to, let's see, concentration. Oh wait, we already have that checked. Up to 1 minute. Also allow for when two players roll initiative at the same time, they can do their turns at the same time. And if you roll a nat 20 in your initiative, you have advantage on your first roll. Ooh, that's a cool idea. You know, it's stuff like that that, again, I'm not super familiar with when it comes to like running a 5e game. I'll be honest, after sort of learning all of this stuff and sitting down and making characters, I think maybe the next step what we might do, I'll take a look at the DMG and see if it's worth it for us to sit down and read through. Because I'll be honest, if you've read a DMG before, you've kind of read them all. It just turns into what are the key things you need to note and like what are the major system differences. Because like old D&D to this one, I would imagine it's just, you know, as long as you have a good concept of the rules and how you would do rulings, like what determines advantage, what determines disadvantage, stuff like that, I'm sure it'd be basically about that. But if anything, something we could look into is I could give well, this is going to sound dumb. I would say like a tutorial or an explanation on DMing, but you know what I mean? Let's see, you've never read the DMG and have been DMing for like 6 years. Yeah, like, I'm going to be real with you. I think I've read... Okay, I'd be lying if I didn't say I read the DMG. I read the 3.5 DMG. Okay, you would laugh. Okay, so before my first campaign ever that I was a DM, you're gonna laugh because one, I watched all of Matt Colville's Running the Game, which was like 130 something episodes. And I also read the DMG because I didn't know how to do it, and my friends had been playing D&D for like years at this point, and this is me like a month in, and I'm like, fuck it, I'll DM a game because why not? It looks like fun. It was a lot of fun. It was also kind of scary. I'm like, oh my god, what am I doing? Oh my god, my players are doing like all this sick shit. How do I deal with that? You know what I mean? So I guess maybe that, yeah, you know what? Maybe that could be a fun thing. We could do like a sit down and talk about like situations and how you deal with it. Or like maybe just talk about DMing. We could always just do that. That's always something fun because I like throwing anecdote stories, but you know, it's a little bit more complicated because sometimes you have to think out of the box, because when you're being the DM, you also have to know who your players are. And if you're playing with the same group of people for a long period of time, it definitely helps because now you know what to expect from certain players. I'm looking at you, certain fighter man, cleric dude, who always likes to buff his AC to crazy high numbers. You know what I mean? Twitch plays D&D. Yeah, who knows? Yeah, I'll be the DM for you guys. Who knows? I don't even think that's possible, but hell. Maybe we could figure out something funny like that. I'll build a little dungeon for us and we could talk about it. Who knows? But, right. What the hell was I doing? Alright, right. We got the spell done. Spirit Shroud is good to go. Let's see. And Vampiric Touch. Can add a dice roller to chat. Well, there you go. Who knows? Maybe we could look at something like that as like a little experiment. Because if not that, I mean, hey, I'm having a ball just talking about like D&D and stuff. It's very interesting because, you know, a lot of my experience comes from an old edition that is basically dead and like only people that are like, I don't know, 40 years old or something play. Which is really funny because my friends that got me into tabletop games are like younger than me. And I'm not that old. You know what I mean? I'm like, it's weird, but I think for them, I think it was like one of their friends that their dad taught them D&D, and they just sort of got everyone else into playing it, and he played like the old editions and like 3.5 and like even older than that, I think, at some point. But I remember asking them about this, and they said, yeah, we played a bit of 3.5. We didn't really get into Pathfinder until like I started playing with them. I think they tried 4th edition one time and they really didn't like it. Most of the group doesn't really play 5th edition. One guy I know from our regular group does play. There are no 2 people. Kyle and Kombucha, when he was on stream here a while ago, they play 5th edition. Although Kombucha plays it in more of like a public space where he goes and he'll play with random people he'll meet from a server, sometimes in person, sometimes, you know, online. So he's got more of that experience of, you know, finding a group, doing the whole resume application, sort of like what you did, Leave. And then I think Kyalb's like friend group, IRL, he plays a lot of like 5th edition with them. And he's he plays Dragon Age system. No, it's not even 5th edition. I think he played 5th edition though with them. And he was doing something like that, but you know, is what it is. It is interesting though. So it's like a lot of the people in my group mostly have experience with older systems, and it's funny because I sat down and I was talking with them about that, where I was like, you know, yesterday I was talking to Tav, who's been on stream like before, and we were talking, and I said, you know what, I would be down to try more like systems, like maybe to run like a 5e game for them, even though they don't like 5e too much, just to give it a shot in like a real setting. And if not with them, I know, hey, maybe we could do something fun here on stream. We'll do like a mini campaign or something if anyone ever would want to join. Who knows? We'll figure that out. Let's not put that out in the ether yet. But you know what I mean? We could always try that. Or like I was talking with them and I said, you know, I would be down to try things like the Cyberpunk Red system, either Cyberpunk or what's it called? A Vampire the Masquerade. I do want to try because I've read the books for Vampire the Masquerade. It's cool. I've read the book for Cyberpunk Red. That's also pretty good. What else? I think original Cyberpunk is interesting too. I like the art in that book. It's a really cool book, by the way. What else? There's like a couple other things. What else? I know one friend I think it was Tab actually. He pulled up the so there's an official Fallout TTRPG book, but the problem is he doesn't really like it too much as it's sort of just like a weird hodgepodge of like 5th edition and like a couple other things. But I think from what we were talking about with it, he checked it out and he said, I would rather run Starfinder, but with the Fallout theming because it would just work a little bit better. And I thought about it and I'm like, yeah, that could be kind of cool. I think there was another one that some friend recommended. I think it was Kombucha or actually Joe Lazy who recommended it, but it's shoot, I can't remember the name of it. It's like a mecha. It's not like a mech warrior, but it is a robot piloting tabletop RPG. I'm trying to remember the name of it. I can't remember the name. Lancer! Yeah! That's the one! They recommended Lancer. That's something else that we were thinking about trying. So it's like, for me, I'm like, you know what? I'm like, well, shit, I guess I got my New Year's resolution, bro. Let's try a bunch of different TTRPGs. I'm down. It's tons of fun, and I love talking about it, so by all means, it could be fun to sit down, learn a bit, and maybe have some fun, too, while we're at it. Let's see. Let's uncheck that. This is a concentration spell. And it is up to... Let's see. Up to 1 minute. Made a character in Savage Worlds. Ooh. Okay. Let me just do that. Oh, and even like other more strange TTRPGs. I still have the Megaten TTRPG, which is like the Nocturne tabletop, which has been an interesting read, by the way. I have to sort of edit that PDF because you don't want to accidentally blast someone's name onto it if I were to show that. So don't worry, I'll try to tweak that one, but we'll do a sit down and read and talk about it at some point, because that is something that I am looking into trying to run with my friends, but it kind of leads to a complicated topic of, if you're not doing like a D&D based game or like a fantasy setting, it's usually pretty difficult to find maps and stuff, unless you're using things like Incarnate, maybe looking around on Reddit or online, unless you are a keen map creator. You know what I mean? It can be kind of difficult to find maps for non-fantasy settings. Like even for Cyberpunk, usually it's difficult because you'll need to find like maps done by people, and sometimes it's behind paywalls, sometimes it isn't. I would say usually check out, if you haven't, I can recommend, there are some map making subreddits that are out there that they do map making contests for certain themes. Like holiday themes are hilarious, by the way. I think my favorite one that I saw in there was it was a map for, I think we're searching 4th level. It is a map that is for the skeletal WWE or something like that, and it was hilarious, the Halloween map. Let's see. Oh, you have a 5e Destiny supplement that you incorporate into your world. Ooh, dude, that's awesome. It's Spelljammer? Okay. Now that's creative. You know, it's stuff like that I think is great. All right, let's grab that out of there. And okay, we're on 4th levels, and we're going to take 4 level 4 spells. Huh. Okay, well, what do we want? See what is Blight. Negative energy washes over the creature of your choice. Yeah, you know what? We'll take that. We'll put that on the list. Okay. What else? Let's see. Don't really want that. Stone shape. No. Spirit of death. Concentration. Call forth the spirits that embody death. Manifest spirit in an unoccupied space. Maybe? Maybe not. Nah, we'll hold on. Sickening Radiance. Psychic Lance. Then if you can utter the creature's name. Interesting. Maybe. Oh, I'm gonna put a pin in that. Polymorph, yeah, it's kind of a go-to. Okay, what do we got here? Phantasmal Killer. Okay, I remember Phantasmal Killer being bad in old editions. Or it's bad because it's not consistent, because they need to do 2 con saving throws to die, and it's like, okay, here at least they deal damage. Okay. Part of me wants to take it for the meme because I love Phantasmal Killer even though it's a bad spell. Let's keep on looking though. Fabricate. Ooh, also the Black Tentacles. I remember this is actually a better spell now, so we might get that too. What else? Control water. Yeah. Could be good, but maybe not for this character. Light works, banishment. Maybe. This Arcane Eye. Create an invisible eye that hovers in the air. Oh, bro, it's Eye of Gul'dan? Literally. Nah. I think we'll pass on that. This Gate Seal. Meh. Fabricate. Oh, definitely Fabricate. Yeah, no, this would work. All materials turn it into a thing. Creatures magic can't be transmutated. For the sake of what this character's background is, it could be useful to some extent. Convert raw materials into products for the same material. Yeah, you know what? We're grabbing that. Okay, so let's see. Black Tentacle, Fabricate, Blight. I think we either get rid of Lance or Polymorph. What is Polymorph? How is it in this? Okay, so it is using concentration. Creature's limited actions can be performed by the nature of its new form. It cannot speak, cast spells, or take any other action. You know what? Oh, hold on, danger music. Perfect timing. We're gonna change it. What is this? Yeah, that'll do. Sirens just go off in the background, don't worry about that. Okay. Let's take a look. Sickening Radiance. The radiation treatment, you know, oh, let me read this actually. A dim, oh my god, it actually, oh no. You walk up and hit them with the chemotherapy, holy shit. Actually, chemotherapy, damn. Okay, Spreads around corners and it lasts until the spell ends. When a creature moves into this area, first time on the round, oh my god. Constitution saver, take 4d10 damage. Okay, damn. Unironically, kind of strong. Okay. Actually, I guess that's another thing I'm not too sure. Because I've never played a high-level 5th edition campaign. Well, obviously, I mean, I've only played, like, we were up to, like level 4 in the one campaign I did. Where we played, like, 2 sessions, and I think it was... We were literally level 3, and then we hit level 4. I don't know how good that would be. Probably. I mean, I guess in this case, for what we're doing... Probably let's stick with like Polymorph. I was thinking Psychic Lance because like I'm a sucker for this stuff. I think it could be fun. But if we're sticking with the theme of the character, probably go with this stuff. Well, let's get to adding our spells again. Start off with Blight. Oh, whoops. There we go. Is this a ritual? No. Consume Mind or Arcane Eye. Actually, you know what? Let's get rid of Polymorph. What is Consume Mind? I didn't think I took a look at that. Well, we have Arcane Eye. I don't see Consume Mind. Okay, creature, Faithful Hound. What is Private Sanctum? Okay, interesting. Resilient Spear. Wait, Secret Chest. chest remains in the ethereal plane. Dude, it's literally the pocket dimension chest. Okay. Dimension door. Ooh, dimension door is always like good though. You know what? We'll go Arcane Eye for the flavor. It can just be more fun. We'll put that in after. Oh, it's a supplement book. Ah, I see. Gotcha. You know what? I still think we'll go with Arcane Eye for now. Let's grab that, toss that in there, grab this, toss that over here. Cast time, 1 action. Or and if I could spell action right with 1 T, not 2. Let's see, 30 feet range. Target 1 creature. And there's no material cost. Make that instant. You consume the brain of another creature's corpse, gaining its memories and knowledge. The corpse must have a brain and it can't be undead. Spell fails if the corpse has been dead or not preserved for more than 3 days. Ah, I see. The classic. You give them the Mind Flayer special. You brain drain them. Damn. Let's see. And okay, that's Blight. What else? Let's see, Black Tentacles. Let's take a look. Okay, so this is concentration. Is there a material? Yes, there is a material. So, Evard's Black Tentacles. Conjuration. This is not a ritual. Cast time action. And 90 feet. Target area. 20 foot. Square. The tentacle from a giant octopus or squid. It is a concentration up to 1 minute. And let's just copy this depiction. There we go. And lastly, fabricate. Let's see, 1, 2. Wait, did I miss one? Oh, right, Arcane Eye. Never mind. We have 2 more spells. I had to like think about that. I was like, wait, I'm missing one. Let's see, let's do that. Fabricate. Transmutation. 10 minutes. 120 feet. Let's see, objects. Actually, materials. And do that. And it is instantaneous. There we go. And lastly, Arcane Eye. Let's see. Arcane Eye. Good old Eye of Gul'dan. Let's see. Action. 30 feet. Let's see. Bit of bat fur. Concentration. And it's concentration for up to 1 hour. It's kind of like an unseen servant. Well, it's yeah, it is unseen. It's invisible. You know, as invisible or as unseen as invisibility gets you, you know. Okay. There we go. Well, shit. Look at that. We got all of our spells. Okay. Spellcasting ability is intelligence. And did we put our background? We put all of these in. We put our languages, our weapons. We don't have any tools. Passive wisdom. What else? You've only used Arcane once, or Arcane Eye once, in a Westmarch server. It was really iffy because you didn't have much of a party. Oof. Hey, Miko! How you doing? Thank you, appreciate it. Thanks for popping in. Let's see. Okay, well, I think we've got most of what this is. We've got essentially the core idea of the character now. The only thing we didn't fill out is like right here in the middle, but I'm gonna be honest, we don't have any weapons equipped right now. Spell DC is 8 plus int plus proficiency. Appreciate it. You're so nice. Thank you. It's always great working with you. Don't you worry. Oh man. Let's see what else. We don't have any additional stuff for the class resource. I guess we could like fill in like personality traits, ideals, etc. But that's more for like if you're going to be working on putting in more backstory. So that would typically be where you would put these types of things. What else? Let's see. Let's just take a peek. We have our bio. I guess this is where you would put your character art on your sheet. Allies, allegiances, additional information and traits. I think we already put these over here. Yeah, maybe maybe you're supposed to put some of these extra feats on the other page instead of just doing what I did and you just fill this whole thing out. So there's like way too many things on this right side. My bad. Maybe I screwed up there, but it seems like we've got the gist of it. We've got our proficiency. We've made a level 8 wizard. We did it, guys. Our AC could be a little bit better. I'll be honest. I think it's because, well, I don't have anything equipped. We do have warcasting, so technically, you know, we could deal with that, but we're just going with based off if we had our starter amount of money. We're not going to go with any additional stuff. We're going to keep it fairly simple, you know? So, outside of that, our initiative 0 because we don't have any additional modifier. And our speed's 30. Yeah, no, I think we did a pretty good job. Our bio sheet, we're just going to kind of leave that blank. Because this is where you put things like, how old is your character? What is their height, their weight? You know, the whole 9 yards, a lot of like the description and stuff that you would put in. I'm going to be honest, if I were me, which, you know, a warcaster doesn't give you the shield. Okay, fair enough. That's okay. Oh, music stopped. Oh. Hold on. Wait, is it? Oh, it's switching track. Okay, we're good. We're good. Music is good. But yeah. All right. Well, I can officially say, yeah, we've made our character. Well, that's cool. I do have a couple of other character ideas that we could talk about real quick if you guys think that'd be kind of fun. Oh, right. We gotta add that. Yeah, you're right. Let me do that. Let's go back here. AC, so it's 13 plus dex, so that would just be 13. There we go. And we have no resources, and no additional resources. We aren't going to worry about equipping any of that. Yeah. Oh, also, okay, I have a question for you guys. So when it comes to like weight, I think I spoke about this before, but when you're making a character or when you're doing stuff like this, we don't necessarily account for weight. All I will say is if your character is carrying enough objects that wouldn't fit in a backpack, or if it's maybe like a bulky thing, like for example, say you were carrying like a cottage around with you, ain't no way I'm gonna let you carry that and like a bunch of other things. You'll have basic camping equipment that you could typically carry around with you. Nothing too ridiculous, you know what I mean? I mean, unless, hey, maybe your character has a high constitution and a high strength score. Then we could talk about, oh, they're the pack mule of the group. They'll carry those heavier objects, but, you know, keep that in mind. Well, with that said, let's see what else. You know what? We got one character made, but let's pull up the little list that I made and let's talk about, you know, some of the other characters that we could have made. Let's see, you want to see a character utility about? Yeah, we can maybe take a look at that in a sec. But let me pull up our list here. Let me have to just move this over here and let's hide this for now. Don't mind me. Hold on. We're going to do a little bit of a switcheroo here. Let's see. Where is it? We're going to turn that on. And we're going to hide this for right now. Oh, whoops. That's okay. That is fine. Okay. Let me know if the text is too small here. But we'll see. So here is a document or a little text file of character ideas that I came up with. So what we did was Dahlia, the half-elf, who was a wizard, and I just sort of noted out some basic stuff that I wanted. So in this case, it was, we wanted necromancy. Their backstory was that they grew up in this town as a witch's assistant. They learned necromancy when they were young so they could use it to resurrect their childhood pet so it could stay by her side. And she uses necromancy to treat wounds and further research resurrection. And that was kind of the character that we built. A little bit janky because, you know, we kind of course, have to adapt to a system. But that's one thing. I think that worked out pretty good. Now, the other ones are some other characters that I've built. And then obviously, you know, I was like, why not? Let's throw in our Final Fantasy token here. Where it's like, why not? We have Cecil, who technically starts off as an Oathbreaker. He starts off as a Dark Knight. But eventually becomes a Paladin. So I was like, okay, then we can say eventually switches over to an Oath of Glory. Other characters that I wrote up, which are interesting, would be the changeling traveling performer that I wrote, which is funny because how I wrote them and sort of how that campaign went was they were more or less an actor and kind of like a stuntman, you could say, of the traveling like theater group. So sort of wrote that down as they started off as an urchin, then became a scholar with their friend, but eventually decided to join the magical circus and underwent training in the ways of mimicry, and thus it completely changed them to basically becoming a changeling. And now they were able to shapeshift and change their face and change their voice to, you know, perform as someone else. Now, that was for a Final Fantasy D20 campaign that we did. Since blue mages aren't exactly a thing, but changelings are. Essentially, they were just a changeling, and how they fought was basically like a monk. They did a lot of unarmed striking and basically went through a lot of that stuff. So, in that case, what we ended up doing was for that character build. Yeah, so for that character, since they were a changeling who was a, you know, I could tell you a little bit more about the backstory on it. It's funny. So they were a changeling performer who eventually said, you know what? Originally, they were a street urchin with their friend Marcy. They grew up together. They tried to become scholars. She ended up staying a scholar, but the character, they couldn't really stand it. They were like, I want something more than just this. So that's when they went and joined the circus. Now, through doing all of that, they realized, damn, they're really good at doing this, being a performer, being an actor. And since they are the perfect understudy by being able to completely change their shape, their size, their voice to basically match whoever they're looking at, to become the ultimate performer and actor, they ended up going to like one of the big concert halls, one of the big like casinos, and decides, okay, you know what? I've had enough of being the good guy, and decides to perform a casino royale and rob the casino, but using the face of the lead actor. And since they're a changeling, they're like, well, I can just get away with this, because of course they didn't have any security measures for that. And it's interesting because for me, it was funny because that was the first time I had ever written a somewhat evil character. And going back to sort of the discussion we had about writing evil characters was interesting because for me, this character was evil because they're kind of selfish. They're not really thinking about the future. They're more thinking about themselves and trying to figure out what they want for them. Sure, they can have a bit of a thief with the heart of gold moment, but at the end of the day, they're still kind of in it for themselves. And that's sort of what led to the fun part of writing that character. And it's funny because their appearance, they look like they're a wizard, but meanwhile, they'll have their cane or their staff or whatever with them when they change shape to using the face of like the lead actor, and he'll just throw the cane down and put up his fist and he'll punch you in the face instead. So the idea was to have this person assume that, where they would usually go by Morg, but their original, or like whenever they would assume the form of a man, they would go by Morgan, or whenever they were a woman, they would go by Morgana. And it's basically using the faces of all the different actors that they came across while working at all these different places. And it's funny because there was at one point where he gets hired on by like a mercenary team, and he ends up disguising himself as the mercenary leader to talk with some people. So it was stuff like that. You get some really fun situations, and you get an interesting conversation where me and another party member had a heart-to-heart where he kind of lets the mask slip and says, to be honest, I'm not too sure who I really was anymore. I've gone by so many different faces and names. I've tried to keep at least a name just so I can keep some sort of sense of self, because, you know, it would suck if you didn't know who you were. So I thought that was a fun character arc that I wrote for him, and who knows, maybe I'll play that character again in another campaign. It was pretty fun. As for other things, it's like at the top of the list we have Vlasomor, which is my original character from that first campaign I did, who was the illusion specialist. And I was trying to think, how could I sort of adapt this character into a 5th edition character? I thought about probably going with a warlock sorcerer combo, because I could still get some illusionary spells, but ultimately it's supposed to be like kind of like a spell thief, and I don't really know, like, from what we were looking at, I'm not too sure how you would do like a spell thief or a trickster. I guess if you look at the new stuff now, there are ways to become an arcane trickster, but you know what I mean? I guess I would have to lean more into like a spell casting. Oh, oops. Excuse me. Sorry. There we go. Accidentally tapped the phone. I would probably have to lean into like a spell casting rogue or something like that. Or maybe, is it Eldritch Knight? Hold on. You know what? We're going to take a look really quick here on the side. I think it's like Eldritch Knight or something else. Maybe I'm wrong. Never mind, I'm wrong. But you get the deal. So, that's one idea for the character. Let's see, define spell thief. You mean literally a thief of spells. So, essentially how we did it, we did set it up where, essentially your spells would have sneak attack damage, and it's essentially learning to act as a rogue while being a wizard. And I would end up being able to learn the ability to steal a spell. So that's something I was trying to figure out how I could sort of figure out. I ended up going with the Arcfey patron as the idea for if it was using the warlock, because story-wise in that campaign, they end up finding a lantern that has connections to some sort of magical fey creatures or something like that. So we sort of went along with that. And yeah, I thought that could be fun. Character was an illusion specialist, went to a magic academy, ends up becoming a professor, then eventually later becomes a thief, or a spell thief who goes around to collect magical artifacts. Okay, arcane trickster is the rogue that has spell casting, but nothing that really allows you to steal spells. Gotcha. Okay, well, it's good to know. Let's see what else we got. Let's see. Amila, which is a dragonborn artificer. This is another character that I just kind of cooked up a couple of these on the side. So like Manny, Zamalia, and Amelia, these are characters that I just made on the side while I was writing down ideas, because looking through Tasha's Cauldron when we were talking about artificer, I'm like, this is really cool. So I thought about it. Okay, what if we have an artificer where she was a blacksmith in a remote village, but wants to make it big with a new invention, and they continue crafting and focusing on building armor to become the best smith and the best merchant. We get that upstart Tony Stark vibe. You get that drive? Something fun like that. And then regarding like the tiefling bard on this is kind of a funny spin of ideas, because the I was like, okay, a scholar of the Exor Republic. What is that? That's a location in one of our campaigns, which is like the famous scholarly city of where, you know, wherever the big wigs go to study and stuff for magic. So I was like, why don't we have it as someone who is a scholar, but they're fed up with their studies and they've given up and they said, you know what, I'm turning to the arts instead. You know, something fun like that, where it's like, you know what, I don't want to do that anymore. I'm going to go travel the land and become famous on my own. Screw the rules. I don't need to be a scholar. I'm going to make it big the old-fashioned way, and sort of have them go around like that, and that would be their driving motivation. And hey, they could probably join a party that way. And I decided to go with like either lore of with College of Lore or College of Dance, which is I think in one of these other books, but College of Lore, mostly because I would want this character to be like more of a supporting role to the party. That, and it's like, it was really cool seeing all the bonuses you provide other people with your Inspire Courage. So, you know what I mean? I thought it was a pretty good idea. Or if not that, something fun. Let's see, an artificer battlesmith you want to play. They're basically an orphan child of war with a prosthetic. They travel around giving prosthetics to those in need. That's a really cool idea as well. I think that's wonderful. Oh, man. What else have we got here? Let's see. We've also got Manny, the totem barbarian, or the totem warrior barbarian, a loyal warrior, a farmer, and defender of his clan and his animals. You know, something fun like that. Well, yeah, you know, those are just more or less like the general ideas that I had sort of going around on what characters we can make. Who knows, maybe we'll make more characters at some point, but I know we're getting a little late on that, and it took us that long to make one character that was a fairly simple character, but who knows, maybe we'll make more. Maybe we'll talk about like DMing or just other things. But yeah, not a bad idea, right? I hope you had fun, because I definitely had fun doing this. It was a lot of interesting stuff, learning the differences in 5e, and it's interesting because it's a little bit more complicated than it leads on. Like, it does a good job of simplifying and compressing down a lot of things, because 5th edition is huge. I'm going to be honest with you, okay? So the compressing down of a lot of these different things really did help out. And I think that works because like things like weapon finesse, that's combined into just a feature that you can put on a weapon. And I feel like you could definitely sit down and you can say to your DM, hey, I want this weapon to have finesse. If I just pay some extra gold, can you add it? And look, me as the DM, I would tell you, yeah, sure, no problem. You know what I mean? So it's like, I do like that they sort of worked to smooth out some of the rough edges around the corners on a lot of these older character ideas, because that's just what it was, to be honest. A lot of like old D&D, the biggest problems are feat taxing. And if you don't know what feat taxing is, the fact that finesse is something you can just get on a weapon for free now, or just buy it, that would be like 2 different feats that you need to add in, okay? And I'm gonna be honest with you, do you really want to do that, dude? Because I don't. It's kind of annoying, but, you know, that's why you need to rely on classes that get a lot of feats, because not everyone gets the same amount of feats. Like, you do get some per level, or like every X level, but you know what I mean? You would still be at a deficit, and then, you know, that's where you would need to, like, dip into some classes. Like, some people do fighter dips just so you can get extra feats, or, like, fighter-specific feats, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. So it's like, there's a lot of like specific things like that, but you know what I mean? It's very hit and miss, to be honest with you. It very much depends on what you're in the mood to do, how far are you willing to go for a build, how far ahead did you plan, because that's the other thing I've learned when it comes to making characters, especially nowadays. Hold on, let me just switch the track. Let me get us some nice music here. You know what? Let's go with... It's a fun one. You know, you want to listen to some Final Fantasy music? I'm down to just bust out some Final Fantasy music. It's a fun one. Let's see. Let's see. By the way, only certain weapons have those feats and we get custom made and DM permission. Ah, okay, I see. Yeah. Okay. Because, like, I guess that's the other take of it. Some other, what's it called? Some other feats are more general, so things like power attack isn't specific to just one weapon or a type of weapon. You can get that on all of your weapons. Let's see. Yeah, we'll play this. This is a long track. You just let it run in the background. Oh, don't worry, it's picking up a little bit. There you go. Anyways, but yeah, that is kind of what I got here. I had tons of fun doing this, and I hope everyone else did have tons of fun. But let me just quickly, we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna do, where is it? Where is it? Do that. And let's just pop back over here. And I do gotta say, overall, PHP, not bad. I know this is the older PHP, but, you know, again, I probably should have pulled up the newer one. Like, I know we've got Tasha's. We've also got, like, we got Tasha's Cauldron. I think, what is this, Xanathar's Guide to Everything? Which, is Xanathar's Guide to Everything the new one that everyone uses? I'm assuming it probably is, right? What is this, 2017 copyright? Oh, dude, why is he mewing, dude? I'm assuming, is there like any other big changes here? Oh, it's spelled supplement. Oh, okay, gotcha. Because I was gonna say, I'm wondering, like, are there any other new editions or maybe other books that maybe I should have looked at instead? Maybe. Oh, I see. This adds more subclasses. Okay, I get you. Okay, well, it's good to know. Actually, see, is there anything else here? Any other fun stuff? Or druid stuff? Wait, is this ranger? Oh, they added cavalier? Oh no, this is fighter. Wait a minute. Let's see, instructor, different fighting styles. Oh, yeah, Fizzbands got. Ah, shit. That's the one I'm missing. I don't have Fizzbands. That's probably it. Is that a newer book? Because that might be the one that I'm missing. Oof. There's technically a new player's handbook until the 2024 stuff, but there's erratas made to it. Okay. You know, I'm kind of curious about the 2024 stuff, because, like, so what exactly is D&D 1? I know people have talked about it saying, like, it's the 5.5e, it's a new edition. Because wouldn't they be making, like, 6th edition? I mean, it's been, like, 10 years, right? Like, that would be the idea, right? Or am I missing something? Who knows? Look, all I know is I didn't realize how late to the party I was with 5th edition until we started reading this, and I'm like, holy shit, this stuff's like 10 years old. I say that as I'm someone that read I'm someone who reads Pathfinder 1 ebooks and like 3.5 books. So go figure, am I right? What else we got here? I got the monster manual. You want to take a look at the monster manual? Oh, this scan's a little crooked. Uh-oh, maybe I should have got a better book. Let's see. Do we have any fun monsters in here we could take a look at? Hold on. What's that? What the hell is this thing? No. Okay, well. Let's see, Bearded Devils. Oh, there's just actually like a bunch of these different things. You know, it's funny, I was looking at some of these in the 3.5 monster manual, and it's kind of interesting because 3.5 monster manuals, some of these are like kind of tough. And it's like here, it's like, oh, it's tough, but it's not like that tough. I guess the power levels are just very different in editions. Also, 6th edition might scare people off. Is high-ranking monster follower of law. Oh. It is? That thing? Well, damn. He looks kind of like a mutated tree with butter all over him. Oh, man. What else we got? What's a other fun thing can we pull up? Oh, yo, the Pit Fiend? That looks cool. Large Devil, Lawful Evil, 19 AC. Yep. How much damage can this guy deal? Bludgeoning, Good resistances. Okay, plus 14 to hit. Mm-hmm. Not bad damage roll. Ooh, 66 of poison. Okay, now this guy's kind of mean. Okay. Spine Devil. Yeah, it's like a bunch of things. Yo, dinosaurs, let's go! Oh, man. Oh, hell yeah, dude. I love me some big, stupid dinos. Oh, hey, it's the Displacer Beast. Oh, dude, the doppelganger. Dude, my man looks like he escaped from... He escaped the military base. He's trying to find his UFO to go home. Let's see. What else we got? Whoa, alright. A Dracolich? That looks so cool. Oh, and there's templates for it. Ah, okay, I see how that works. Okay, that's kind of cool. Okay, well, I think we've kind of rambled a bit. I kind of went off track. But, you know, overall, PHP, it's kind of worth it. Let's see, Fizzban is a must, along with Mordekaiser's Monsters of the Multiverse for... Oh, okay. Yeah, you know what? I'll probably get a copy of those. And, you know what? On the next, like, sort of tabletop stream that we do where we look at stuff, maybe we'll either look at those, or we could even do, like, ooh, actually, I have, the books for, what is it, Curse of Strahd and the original, or the 3.5 edition of Ravenloft. We could do like a compare and contrast if you want. That could be something fun where we look at both editions and like jump back and forth and see sort of, you know, how different it is. Because, you know, it's something that I'm familiar with a little bit, so I could kind of elaborate a bit. And that could be something fun to look at, you know, take a look back at an older book and see how it sort of compares with its modern contemporary. What do you think? Think that might be something fun to check out? But who knows? We've got like a ton of things. There's tons of books we could look at. Hell, we've got tons of the other non-D&D stuff too. But you know, we've also got like Pathfinder books and stuff we could take a look at too. Hell, we could even look at old 3.5 books if you guys want to see what that is, because they're interesting. I'll be honest. I kind of skim them because most of the time when you make a character, or you know, hell, I'm sure you guys do this all the time when it comes to 5e, you kind of skim resources. You don't need to read everything in the book. I'm going to be honest with you, but I do recommend taking a look at it every once in a while because you get to see a ton of really cool stuff. Like, sometimes the illustrations in the book are really nice. Sometimes you get some rules as written, rules lawyer shit that you can always bust out on your friends. But yeah, I think that is gonna be it for now on this. So I'm gonna transition us back to our chat room here, and we could probably just chill. So 1 second, let me do this. And let me just switch up the music a little bit here. Let's get some a little fun. You know what? What is something good? Let's go with... Are you ready? Hell yeah. So, on that note, I gotta say, thank you guys as always for popping in here. It's always fun doing these. I like these longer streams. It's a really rambly stream, and I feel bad because sometimes I'm like, I kind of go off topic a little too much, but I think overall we have a good time, and I think that's what matters the most here, you know? So, on that note, before we sort of pack it in for the night here, I gotta say thank you once again for popping in as always. Let me just hit us with the exclamation point links, where, bam, I usually have a notification for stream going up on YouTube, or on YouTube, duh, going up on Twitter, going up on Blue Sky as well. And I gotta say thank you for popping in here. YouTube channel, we've got new shorts coming out. Another one came out earlier today, and we also have another one coming up on Thursday. And on top of that, I'm still working on the main video. That'll be out soon enough. And on the VOD channel, we're getting those VODs out. So the next VOD that's coming out tomorrow is more of the Final Fantasy 1 playthrough. I'm going to try to get at least a couple of VODs out per week, just so we can catch up, because we're like a year behind on VODs. I know, I've been lazy. Had a bunch of stuff coming up. But hey, we're going to have a lot of this stuff coming out. We're going to get it to you guys. We're going to get all the way through. We're going to do that. And then I'm going to also have the main video out as we're getting ready. 15 days, by the way, baby. And then we're busting out the new model. We're going to have some good fun, and we're going to rock it out. So, on that note, I think I'm done for the night. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow, where we're going to be playing more Dragon Age. And then on Thursday, we're going to be back again with Kyle, and we're going to start Persona 2 Eternal Punishment. So, on that note, I think I'm out of here for the night. Have a good night, everybody, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. See you at 8. Adios.